Oh, hello. Sup, hand pink waving. I gotta adjust the emojis. They're not working yet. Hi. I pressed the start button. Oh my gosh. Hello there. Hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm on cloud 37 million. Also music. Let's probably play some music. Vibes. Can we hear that? Is that really low? Hold on. I want to hear this too. Yeah, there we go. That should be a little bit better. How are you doing today? Alright, cool beans. Alrighty. I have to take the music off because I can't talk while I listen to jams and I can't focus. Oh gosh though. Last week was a disaster. I have to laugh about it because it was. I pressed the start button. Hallelujah, there's hope. I'm not a total boomer. Oh man. Guys, I'm like on cloud 17 million. Mama Frog, what's up? How we doing? Thanks for being here. Mwah. Oh, also, you might notice there's some things behind me that I want to show you. Look, look, look. Well, besides the fact that there's fan art. Look, look. There's lovely flowers behind me. Guys, super quick for context, the couple of people that are in here know what those flowers mean, and those that don't, I would like to let them know. First of all, I am a dance teacher transitioning out, and I just left one of my cities as of last Tuesday, and it is bittersweet. I miss the lovelies, I miss the dancers, I miss you guys very much, but it is time for me to begin a new chapter in my life, and I would love to be able to include you in that chapter as well. It just won't be in person, unfortunately. However, I was overwhelmed by the love and the heart. My heart it was so full, and it just made me so happy. And my mom literally commented when I got home, she's like, "You look like you robbed a florist." And I just have to say thank you. So to those that, if anybody here is from that city, possibly somebody in the chat right now, thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. In fact, I don't know how long I can keep those flowers here so long as there isn't a pepper. in this house. If he comes in, they may have to go. So I just wanted you to see them for the moment until somebody tries to attack them. They've been sitting outside and they're still alive. I just wanted to keep them alive for this day. All right. But anyway, the gratitude is very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And I wanted to also just let you all know, first and foremost, how are we sounding? Is audio super duper loud and overpowering me? Let me know if music is really loud, because I might turn it down just a smidge. Something like, something like that. Because I want to talk to you guys really quickly. So, super fast recap. Last week, we were supposed to... Thank you! Guys, I'm going to say right now, if you thought I was silly in person, I was censored most of the time. Because I'm teaching in front of parents and I want to be cordial and all that. And of course, you know, I'm still myself. I'm just me, unfiltered here. So if you can imagine, Miss Peppier is sillier on camera, vice versa than in person. I don't know. I'm goofy in different ways in different places, but thank you. I'm this nuts all the time. This is not even just camera Miss Peppers. Kiana's just nuts. So welcome. Maybe this is why you tuned in. I don't know. But super fast, I would like to say last week we were supposed to learn Blender. And I did! I learned Blender. The first 2 lessons of Donut Guru's. Donut Guru? Blender Guru. He makes donuts. I did the first, so here we go. Okay, let me restart. I did a stream last week of the first 2 lessons of Blender Guru's tutorial. Currently 2024, and I pressed start on my end, but I did not press the official start on YouTube's end, and therefore I had a jolly good time all by myself for 2 whole hours, and then I realized there's no video. Oh no! So to be completely blunt free, there was no stream last week because basically I streamed to myself and nobody else, and we're here to resolve that today. So unfortunately, the first 2 lessons will not be completely blind. I am recounting already the first 2 lessons. I already learned basically that stuff. But I haven't touched it since last Sunday. It is completely fresh for me, and I most likely forgot everything I learned on last week. And I'm also setting up a challenge for myself. So, lines are happening, sorry. My goal with this whole new regimen is I would like to learn Blender in 1 week. As in 7 consecutive streams. Maybe not in order, but my goal is to get through it in about 7 streams. So 7 days put together to compile into 1 week. My goal is to learn Blender, or at least finish the tutorial for Blender Guru in 1 week. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Because I think I've come to a really tough decision. I really wanted to resurrect this channel that I've kind of left untouched for 7 years, and it feels like sacred ground, and I don't know if I want to completely stomp all over all of that stuff that I've made up until now with completely new things. I don't want to ostracize the current audience that has followed me up until this point, and I would like to, if anything, this was a very hard decision. But I think I'm going to go along the lines of making a new channel. And it's not going to be anytime soon. I'm still working out the kinks and all that stuff. But as far as what I currently want to offer and what I have up here do not mix as much anymore. So basically, I'm going to say I don't want to completely abandon this channel. Absolutely not. Speed paints are not completely off the table. They're just not going to be my main focus as much anymore. I would say I still love doing fan art. I really, really do. I miss it so much. However, I would say it's probably like 10 to 15, maybe 20% of what I'm currently hoping to offer in the future. Because I don't feel like I could give you art as consistently as I used to. There is a new Kiana in the works, and she is currently trying to offer more than just art. I would like to be able to give you so much more, and instead of just making you wait for a speed paint once a year, if that, it's been 7 years of no speed paints, golly! I would like to be able to do more than that. So long story short, I'm not going to say this a million times over and over, but just to catch up anybody currently watching this stream, I have made this deep journey of becoming a self-learner. I've always loved learning. I'm very passionate about learning, and I love learning new things. And I'm hoping that this new channel will basically be me freely exploring all of the things that I'm learning. So over the years, I've just been an eager beaver when it comes to learning new stuff. Like, if I can think about, like, briefly, my brief journey was I was drawing in paper, and then I got a tablet and I got addicted to drawing digitally, and then I realized I want to make speed paints, but the time-lapse situation was really boring, so I went from the journey of Windows Movie Maker to Premiere and Adobe After Effects, and hopefully now, like, full-on the motion designer in me that I didn't even know existed was kind of cooking in the background, and I would love to make, like, full-on, not feature films, but productions, I guess, in tandem with the speed paints. They've become more than just the art, they are the experience of the speed paint itself. So, point being, a lot more stuff is on the table. I would love to be able to learn Maya, ZBrush, Blender is just the start, okay? And if you jive with any of that, if any of you guys are like kind of into that, hopefully on the new channel, that's where I'll be discovering all these things. And not as a professor teaching this stuff, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. It's more like a brand new beginner student coming at this as a beginner for the very first time, and we learn this together as a process. So I'll get into it in a little bit, but just being a few things off the table real quick. Number one, if you're jumping in for the very first time, number one, hi. Thanks for being here and welcome. Number two, I hopefully will be able to offer more things coming in the works. I would like to at least have a few things up before I can officially say the channel is ready. So it's not going to be anytime soon, but hopefully by end of this year, I want to have it ready, and hopefully with some stuff on there for you to jump over. And then number two, well, 2.5, I came to the conclusion that this channel that I've made is 10 years old. Exactly. Kind of crazy, right? So I didn't have anything planned for a 10-year anniversary. However, I do find it very fascinating that at this 10-year mark, I'm trying to take a new direction with my life, and I was hoping to possibly do a little special for it. So not exactly saying that this channel is over, but this channel will hopefully spark something brand new in another location as a self-learner. Yay! And if you want to join me, you are more than welcome to. But no pressure, of course, as always. So to just say really quickly to anybody who has been on my channel or grew up with me doing my art, and you are in any form of the fashion, you know, upset that I'm trying to transition somewhere else, sorry. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to completely dismiss everybody that's been on this journey. I want to say thank you so much for those that were here with me. Literally, this channel has been just more than an outlet. It became a part of my life, and it truly is a necessity for me. It was important to have something to be able to express myself. It was a place for me to not only just get art out, but it was a source of oxygen. It really became intangible with everything that I've accomplished up until now and everything that I've done. And I just want to say this is not the end. This is just hopefully the birth of something new. And in tandem with that, more to come soon. It just may not be exactly what you were hoping for, but it is an extension of me, and therefore it'll add to... I can't talk! I don't know how to say words, but... last thing I'll say, speed paints are not over. They're just not going to be the primary focus anymore. That will be probably generating new stuff on the other channel that will come back to this. So hopefully, I've really wanted to do a Tears of the Kingdom speed paints forever, like since it came out, and it's been a year and a half going on 2. So like a speed paint of that hopefully in the future, near future I would hope. But along those lines, that will be like, this channel will just be speed paints, and then the other channel will be self-learning stuff, me being a geek and nerding out about all that stuff. And then maybe a 10-year anniversary special will be happening. I don't know. So anyway, goofiness aside, I wanted to quickly just say thank you, And to the people in my life that I've met in person and have been grateful that I've been in your life and I've impacted you in some way, I want to also say thank you. And I'm just honored that I get to be a part of this journey, and I hope to help you in some way, form, or fashion later on down the line. Because I don't know what the heck I'm doing 90% of the time, and I love to learn from people that are smarter than me. But if I can somehow give you the energy and the information that I've already received, you can have it. Like, there's a Discord, if you scroll down into the description, there's a bunch of notes that I've taken throughout the entire 10 years of this channel, and you can just have them if you want them. Oh! That's right. Excuse me. Sorry, there's one last thing that I gotta say. You may notice, for those that actually pay attention, for the one person that cares maybe, I usually stream at 5 o'clock p.m., and I used to stream on Twitch. I'm officially making my streams 3 p.m., because A, I get to hang out with you guys longer, because usually by the end of the day my back is done, and B, that is usually right around the time where my children get hungry, and I need to feed them usually like around 5 or 5:30. So hopefully now, their stomachs will not be the time limit of my stream, and I can stream a little bit longer for you guys. So starting officially at 3 p.m., to be determined if streams will stay here or go to the new channel. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, I thought what we would do is, unfortunately again, this is not going to be my first experience learning this software. Unfortunately, that was a very fun gaggle of emotions that I experienced for the first time that you didn't see at all. But we can at least get through the first 2 lessons, probably breeze through those, and then if we have time, we might try the next 2 lessons, which are completely foreign territory, and I have not seen that yet. So I want to go in at least 1 lesson blind for you guys. So that's what I thought we'll do today. But as always, I would love to leave the floor open to anybody who is learning something, and if there's something that I happen to already have knowledge in, I would be more than happy to assist you if you have questions. I always leave the first 5 to 10, maybe 20 minutes of the stream open if anybody wants to answer or ask some questions. This is Be Curious time. So if there's things that you're trying to figure out and you're like, hey, I would love to know if you know more about this, or maybe somebody in the stream already has information about this, now is the time to ask those questions. So I'm going to leave the floor open for a bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to possibly find some things to show you, because I did some sketching that I want to show you, and I'm kind of happy with it. Where is he? There he is! So just to prove to you that there is actually something in the works, and I'm not just lying to you, because I've lied for 7 years. Sorry! I would like to actually be able to show you some of the stuff that I've been working on really quickly before we jump in. So there is a Tears of the Kingdom bunch of sketches that I've been working on, and maybe I could, if I can get the screen to go, boom! There's a Sidon! And I don't hate his pose. I like it a lot. So yeah, I don't know where or when this is gonna happen, because it's a long time coming, but what I was thinking, at least in the near future, while I am processing and cooking this pie that is probably gonna take a minute to cook, because this revelation kind of came to me in June, and I am now actualizing a lot of the things that I've been setting up, or at least thinking about, for the last 6 months. So this was not so much in the plan, but now I want to make it. So there's a Sidon. He's kind of sitting there. He's floating. Oh, Posca markers. Posca markers I don't know so much about. Are those I'm assuming like those Copic markers, or Copic I think they're called? You'll have to tell me more. I don't know if I can answer those questions, unfortunately, and I apologize again, Frog, that it's a little sparse in here, but hopefully in the future more friends will be able to help you out. Tell me more and maybe I can help you figure it out in the future, but right now I can't. Sorry, I'm mostly digital. Though traditional art is something I really want to get back to. I really miss painting. I haven't painted, well actually no, I've never painted. I've done watercolor painting, and that's fun. But I want to really get into oil paint, and as well as just more traditional acrylic markers. Oh. I gotta think about that one. I'm gonna ponder my beard for a second. Yo, that sounds really sick. I don't know a lot about them, but I think that is half of the reason that I switched to digital, because you gotta have so much money to buy these tools. Acrylic markers though. And also, Frog, I was gonna ask, if you happen to have art that you are making and you would like to share it, you are more than welcome to drop it in the Discord, and I might possibly show it on screen and critique if you want me to. That is up to you. But it's always great to get your work out there so more people can, help you out. You can only learn so much on your own. That's why I'm doing everything that I'm doing entirely right now. There we go. Okay, so yeah, for now, I'm sorry I don't have an answer to that question, but you can keep posting stuff and maybe I might have an answer. So anyway, there's, just to be, I guess, candid, there's a Sidon. I don't know if I like his face too much. He looks a little scary. There's a Raru. It feels really good. There's a Tulin. These are pretty much the most finished pictures that I have. And then everything else is more so in the works. Link is almost done. His face creeps me out a little bit, but his body's kind of done. Zelda doesn't even have a face. She's coming soon. But yeah, that's pretty much for the most part all that I have to offer as far as future speed paints. There's been more works in the background, like sketches on. I really want to do some Street Fighter art as well. That was fun. Maybe I can show that real quick. Street Fighter. Let me see. Scrapbook stuff is still good, and dude, I do not care if you say your art is bad. I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you. Everybody has to start somewhere, bro. Everybody. Where is this what I want to see? Hang on. I'm gonna just whoop. Hang on 1 second. And yeah, everybody says their art is bad. That's literally everybody. It's a universal thing. Everybody's like, your art's not bad. It's great, but you as yourself, we are our own hardest critics. It's natural to feel like your art could be better, but I promise you it's not as bad as you think. Promise. I don't know where I saved this. Is it here? Oh, it is here. Oh, it. Holy moly. Moldy pieces of cheese and bread. Cool. I don't know if anybody cares about... I'm sorry, I keep looking over here because my monitor is on another screen. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So I doodled last week, and nobody saw it because, again, I wasn't streaming. But I drew a ballerina lady. This is Manon. If you have seen anything Street Fighter, she's the dancer lady. These are just rough 10-minute sketches that I'm very happy have come out so far. Again, loose sketches, nothing really done yet. Just loose 10-minute sketches to see how far I could get. No references. Oh, that's a really hard-looking angle. I gotta rotate the canvas real quick. Yeah. Nope, that's the wrong way. Sorry. Is it this way? No, God, now she's upside down. Okay, well, I don't know how I did it. I think it's... there we go. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but she's like super goth girl who's really, really hip in her style, and she's holding her phone with her foot. She's the foot lady. If you look at any of the SF characters from Street Fighter 6, she's the foot lady. I didn't know about Yuri until I saw the first trailer for SF6, and I love her. Anyway, maybe, I don't know, more Zelda work is done. All that's left to do is really Gerudo lady and the rock guy. I don't care about them as much. Hate me if you want to. But for the most part, I would like to get at least that speed paint out by the end of this year, and then maybe something going forward. So yeah, anyway, I thought we would finally blender it up. So, if there's no other questions that I could possibly answer, I believe we will get to the meat of this stream, which is probably the reason you came here. But yes, last thing, just recapping. If you're here, thank you so much. But if you are also an artist that wants to grow, there's a channel hopefully coming soon that'll be all about self-learners learning more art and more things dedicated to digital art. And if you jump over to the Discord that I have in the description, scroll down a bit if you want, there is some notes on all of the software and all of the classes that I've taken up until now, which is compiled over the last 10 years, and you can just have it if you want. So long as you abide by the rules of the Crystal Library, it is yours. Right. Okay. Let us begin. I'm going to turn down the music, and let me know if you can hear Blender Guru talking. Very sneaky music. Okay. Bye-bye. Alright. There should be sound right now.
This is Blender, open source 3D software that can be used to make animations, visual effects, game assets, or practically anything 3D. And best of all, it's 100% free and it always will be.
Oh!
If you've never used it before but you want to learn it, well, then you're in the right place. This is a tutorial for complete beginners. I've been using Blender for 20 years, so I'm going to show you how to use all of its core features. And by the end, you'll finish with not only the confidence to start your own projects, but with your very own donut animation. And I know this looks complex, but I promise you it's achievable for a complete beginner. And I say that with confidence because many already have. This is actually the 4th version of this tutorial. I made the first donut tutorial back in 2016, and I've been remaking it every few years to keep up with Blender's development. In that time, millions of people, just like yourself, have gone from having never used 3D to successfully making their own donuts. One artist even snuck his into a little film called Everything Everywhere All at Once. Very clever. So if you're ready to take your first steps in 3D, hit the subscribe button and let's begin.
Pause! Okay, so really quickly, I'm sorry in advance. I am an active pauser. If you're already annoyed, leave now. Because I'm going to just say right now, I already, again, have seen these first 2 lessons. And there's evidence of it. Actually, wait, can I show you? No! Look, I already made a donut! Look, there it is! I forgot everything already, though, so I can't wait to learn it again. Wait, no, yes, okay. If you are learning this alongside with me right now, let me know if I'm moving too fast, because I'm going to probably breeze through these first 2 lessons. If you want to do this deep dive on your own time, by golly, feel free. In fact, I'm going to actually drop the link right here. Boom. So if you want to follow Blender Guru yourself, by all means, you totally should. He's great. Feel free to jump in the chat and just learn it alongside me as well. Tutorial in the description if you're watching this at a later date as a VOD. But the last thing, and I promise we'll get on with it, I am actively taking notes on the very note doc that I told you about earlier, which is right here. And there's so many notes. Like, look at all the notes that I've taken on so much junk. Too many notes for my own good. And this is just on 3D digital software. So if any of this stuff interests you at all, I've taken lots of online classes so far, and they are free for you to peruse if you wish. They don't really do as much on their own, obviously, because you need to have taken the course that they are corresponding to. So please, if you have the money to do so, go take those wonderful courses, but they are pretty pricey. So just letting you know, these notes are purely a supplementary piece to learn things with, and you can only, go so far without seeing the content that they're meant for. But if you are learning them, they are here for you. So anyway, I'm going to be stopping and starting and stopping and starting a lot, pausing and unpausing. And if you're annoyed by that, goodbye, okay? This is just me geeking out about Blender for a minute, and you are free to join me if you want to. All right, let's go.
First, go to blender.org/download or just click the link in the description. Then, obviously, you got to hit the big download button. Once downloaded on Windows, double click it and then just go through the install steps. But if you're on a Mac, just drag it into the applications folder. Then just find the Blender shortcut and open it. Then once it's open, just click anywhere off the splash screen to close it, and welcome to the wonderful world of 3D. First tip, do not get overwhelmed. If you go clicking around, you might find lots of buttons and some of them with very scary names, and it can all get very overwhelming very quickly. The thing you need to know is Blender can do a lot of things, which means it has a lot of tools, but you don't need to know every tool in order to do what you want to do. If you're familiar with the 80-20 rule, there's really only 20% of Blender's features that you end up using 80% of the time. And that's what I'm planning to teach you in this tutorial series.
Sweet.
So stay with me and you should be fine.
Great. Pausing. I already recognize a lot of things so far. I have also dabbled in Cinema 4D. It is another art software that is basically 3D software art. So far, not too intimidated yet. I forgot everything though.
We'll start making the donut in the next video. In this one, we're just going to look at the interface and I'm going to show you some of the basic navigation. So for starters, this view, this window right here is your 3D viewport, and it's where you'll spend probably 90% of your time because it is the 3D world. So you can see that we have 3 objects here. We've got a camera, we've got a cube, and we've got a lamp. And when we click on it, you can see it's selected because it has the yellow outline. So let's delete the default cube, of course, and replace it with something else. So we can do that by going up to the add menu.
Wait! I forgot to turn on my shortcut so you can see things. How annoyed are you yet? Where is it? Where is it? No, wrong screen. Hold on. Hold on. Is it here? Yes. I want it over here. Yay! There we go. Now you can see my mouse. And it's a little dark. I'm going to make it a different color so you can see what I'm doing. Yellow. That looks good. Let's make it gold. Okay. You should now be able to see what I'm doing. And if I type buttons, they are showing up. Great. Go on.
Up here, or by remembering the hotkey, which is Shift A. So Shift A for add. So usually the one you're looking for is underneath mesh. So these are called your primitives, and it's what you use to start something when you're looking to make an object. Like if you're going to make a chair, you might start with a cylinder as the chair leg and then build out from there. But the one I'm sure you're all very curious, you want to click it, it's the monkey. So let's just click the monkey.
Yay!
Why does Blender have a monkey? Well, fun fact, every 3D software has its own little random complex object because it's useful to test things like shaders or complexities of scenes. So 3ds Max has the Utah teapot, Houdini has the toy, and I think Pig's
Houdini
head.
is another one I want to learn.
Blender has the monkey.
It's very fun.
And it's actually called the Suzanne monkey head, which you can see in the top left there, named after the orangutan from the film Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Random piece of trivia.
Cool.
So let's get a better look at it. And to that we need to orbit, which you can do by on your mouse there, your scroll wheel. That is called your middle mouse button. If you push that in and then drag around, that is now orbiting. Now, for my laptop users, you've just panicked because you realize you don't have a mouse. How are you going to orbit around? First of all, probably a good idea to get a mouse for 3D work. It will come in handy. But in a pinch, you can get by without it just by up here in the top right-hand corner, this little gray circle, anywhere in the gray section. If you just left-click, drag on that, that will do the exact same thing. Or if you want, you can go to Edit Preferences, and then underneath Input, there's Emulate 3-button mouse. And that means that if you hold down Alt and then left-click, drag, that will do the exact same thing. Also, whilst you are in user preferences, you might want to go to...
What did you do? What did you do? Hold up. I want that. That's actually really handy. Do it again.
If you want, you can go to Edit Preferences, and then underneath Input, there's Emulate 3-button mouse. And that means that if you hold down Alt and then left-click drag, that will do the exact same thing.
Oh, that feels
also,
so
whilst
much
you
better.
are in user preferences, you might want to go to Interface, and you've got Resolution Scale.
Oh, no.
If you're on a 4K monitor, you might find that your menus and buttons are really small, and you kind of have to like squint in to see it. So personally, I like to keep my 4K monitor around about 1.5. Since this is a tutorial, I'll make it nice and big so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's orbiting around with the middle mouse button. If we want to zoom in, we can do that just by scrolling in and out. We could also do it by going up to the magnifying glass tool there, and then just left-click dragging and then moving the mouse back and forth. That does the same thing.
Confused.
Or you can hold down Control and then middle mouse button, and that will do a smooth zoom as well. Okay, so one thing you might notice looking at this is that it's not very pretty, right? It's just kind of got this flat, bland, gray lighting over everything. And that's because this state right now is called viewport shading. And it's kind of a lightweight, optimized way to view the scene just as you're building it. But if you want to create a final pretty image, that's called rendering. And you can actually switch into rendered mode by going up here into the top right-hand corner. You can see we're currently in the viewport shading mode. If we go to across, you should see rendered view mode. So if we click that, your computer might stall for a quick second whilst it loads it in. But you can see it's now different. We have directional light. We have shadow cast across the monkey. So it's now currently being lit by this lamp up here. So if I wanted to
hi there.
zoom in on that lamp there and just kind of like move it around, you can see it's kind of hard to focus on. Like it's always exactly not in the right view. And that's because we are centered on our monkey right now. We need to change the focus. We need to pan to something else. So we could do that one of two ways. One, if you're on a laptop, you could use the little move tool there. That will do that. Or everyone else, shift, middle mouse click, drag that.
Okay. Ew, I already hate these buttons. Control is to zoom. Right. Shift is pan. Alt is... Oh, not that. Orbit. Wait, okay. Oh, God. Okay, orbit. Zoom. Pan. Got it. Totally nailed it. Perfect. Gonna get it every time.
That will do the same thing. So middle mouse is for orbiting, shift middle mouse is for pan to change your view to something else. Okay, so I want to move my light because it's too moody. I want to be able to see the monkey's face there. So to move an object, you could do it one of two ways. One, you could go over to the left-hand corner here and you've got the move tool. When you click that, you can see that the selected object, the lamp, has this this gizmo, it's called, with these axes on it. And if I just clicked and dragged on any of those arrows there, you can see I can move it along any of those axes. I could also just click on that white circle there, and that will just freehand drag it depending on my view. But it's kind of tedious. Every time you want to move something, you have to like go to that tool and then find the arrows and yada yada. So actually, most people in Blender prefer to use the hotkeys. So we just keep it in the default selection state here, and instead remember the hotkey, which is G for grab. Now I've just tapped the key, and you'll notice as I move my cursor that it's now attached to my cursor. It's not, my cursor isn't even actually close to it. In fact, my cursor could be on the other side of the screen and I could tap G and it will move it. And at first this is kind of awkward. You're like, why is it working this way? But once you get...
Hold on. Okay, first and foremost, this is amazing. The fact that I can take this and move it anywhere and it Mario moves my mouse across the screen. That is sick. That is stupid cool. However, the fact that I'm gonna shut up until we get there. Go on.
Get used to it, you realize it's actually handy because you don't have to spend all this time like navigating your cursor to something so that you can move it. Your cursor could be over here and then just tap it and you're moving it. So whilst you're in this move state, if you want to cancel a movement, you could do it one of two ways. You could just hit escape, or you could right click. Then if you want to confirm a movement, like say I want to move my lamp here and I like the movement, I could just do a single left click. So again, if I want to cancel something, just right click. If I want to confirm the movement, left click. But let's say I wanted to move it along an axis, like, you know, I like these arrows here and I want to be able to move it on just a specific axis. Well, I can do that whilst I'm in that grab state as well. So after I've hit the G key to grab it, I can then tap the letter of the axes that I want to move it on. So in the real world and in the 3D software, there are three axes because there's 3 dimensions. There's the X axis, which I can move it by hitting the X key, the Y axis to move it back and forth along the Y axis with the Y key, or the Z axis to move it up and down on the Z axis. So you can remember...
That is disgusting! That is sick! I hate how cool that is! Oh my god, I'm sorry. That's so cool. The fact that... Okay, maybe some other software have this feature, but I have not seen this before, and it just is blowing my mind. The fact that I can isolate it on a different axis. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Sorry, go on.
Remember those letters, the X, Y, and Z? Or the method that I actually prefer to use is whilst you're in that G state, if you just hold down the middle mouse button and then pull out, you can see you get this like gray line that pulls out from the center. And then if you just drag out and move around, it will snap it to the nearest axis, which again is maybe an odd way to work, but it's actually really handy because it means you don't have to think of the letter and locate it on your keyboard. I can just tap G to move it and then middle mouse drag out and then just find that exact axis that I'm looking for. And so it's very fast to just quickly move the lamp exactly where I want it. By the way, if you're finding it hard to remember all of the keyboard shortcuts that I've mentioned, I've actually put together a PDF, a cheat sheet of Blender's most common hotkeys. And you can download that by clicking the link in the description. So you could print it out, or you could just have it on a separate monitor while you work.
You disgusting human being, how dare you be so amazing and efficient. I already did this, but thank you, it's right there. Look at that, amazing. In fact, I can even give it to you. But you can easily go to the website yourself. Never mind, go on.
Also, if you are from another 3D software package, you might notice that Blender's hotkeys are different than what you are used to. So if you actually go to Preferences, just for those people that are from other softwares, if you change the key map to industry compatible, you'll find that these shortcuts are probably more in line with what you remember from other software. I'll also put a link to a cheat sheet that is just for the industry compatible key maps that somebody else put together. I've got nothing to do with it, but I'll put that link there so you can check it out as well.
I'm sorry. Okay. I know I already saw this, and I'm trying my best to be good. But like, man, I'm so grateful for the fact that this exists as a feature. But the unfortunate thing is, this man is going to continue using the. He's going to keep using the hotkey. Here's the thing. After this tutorial, I'm going to have to like re-rigoroll my brain to remember all of the things, because like, this is so sick, except for the fact that I'm gonna. Brain is melting. Go on.
For the rest of this tutorial series, I'm going to use Blender's hotkeys. Just keep that in mind. Now, let's say, as I am moving around here, I'm like, oh, this looks really good. I've got some nice Rembrandt lighting across the monkey's face. I want to take a photo. I want to take a nice, pretty image of this and post it on socials for clout, right? Well, I could take a screenshot of it, but that would be silly because it's got all these lines all over. It's all noisy, right? We don't like it. The way you take a photo, a pretty image in Blender, is to do a render. So you could do that one of two ways, by going up to Render and hitting Render Image, or remembering the hotkey, which says next to it F12. So when you do that, a little window will pop up. It will use your CPU or GPU, depending on which render you've got active. And
I've lost help. Child is lost. Where are my parents? Wait. How do I? I did that. It's not panning. Oh, help! No. Hang on. I got lost. I'm in Blender. Okay. Oh dear. Oh no. Dad! No! Where'd the tutorial go? What's happening? Okay, I'm fine. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Hang on. Zoom out, please! Oh, everything's frozen and dead. Oh no. Okay. Something isn't happening right. What's going on here? I'm already scared. I'm lost. I'm scared. Wait, how do I zoom? Why can't I zoom? Help. Okay, Blender, you're freaking out. I'm gonna just real quick. Give me a new screen. Please. Get me out. No, I don't want to save it. Get rid of the box. Give me the monkey. Shift A. Bunky. Yes. We're back. Okay. Woo! Alright, everything's fine. Render? That's horrifying. I don't like it. Get me out so I can get the light. Okay, so let's test. Oh, God! I'm fine. Where are we going? I want to move it this way. And then... this way? Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Then we go here. Yeah. And then, yeah. Okay. Right? Yes? 3/4 angle of a face of a monkey? That looks right. We're back. Yes? We're back? We're back. Anyway.
It will render out a pretty...
What did he say? He said F12? Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing that. Yeah. I did it! That's not what I'm looking at, though. But he'll explain why in a minute.
CPU or GPU, depending on which render you've got active. And it will render out a pretty image. And from here, you could go Image and then Save As, and that'll save it as a PNG or whatever, wherever you want to save it. But you might notice looking at this that this is actually a different view than what we have here, right? So here I've got a nice view of the monkey's face, but there is a different view. And the reason for that is when you do a render, it's not rendering from the view that you're looking at currently. It's always going to render from the point of view of the camera.
Right.
So this is our camera over here, and it's looking from this angle. And we can actually look through the camera by just clicking the little camera icon there, or by remembering the hotkey, which is number pad 0.
Oh, what?
So how do we move the camera? Well, Blender's a little awkward, maybe a little different to other software packages, but you're supposed to like hit G to move it, and then like middle mouse to zoom in and out. And then if you want to like move it along an axis, I guess G and then X. You could do that, but actually what a lot of users prefer, especially those from other software packages, is if you've got your camera selected, which by the way, I haven't mentioned this, but up here, this is your outliner. It's kind of an inventory of every item that you've got in your scene. Okay, so with the camera there selected, if I hit N, N is to bring up the properties, N for properties for whatever reason.
Makes no sense.
And then go to view. There's a little box there that just says lock to camera to view.
Yes.
So now with that active, if I just use the same keyboard shortcuts as before, middle mouse button to orbit around, shift middle mouse to drag it, you can see that the camera is moving with it. So essentially the view, I can set it up exactly as I want, then hit N again, and then I can disable that. And then now as I pull out, you can see that the camera will stay exactly where it was.
I followed all of that.
Pretty render. But this is too simple. We post this on the internet. People are bound to make fun of us. Imagine that. Well, we could give it some color, right? So
I love this man already. He has personality. That is the one thing I will say. I need teachers that make me larf. If you are boring, I will fall asleep. Thank you.
Our monkey head selected, we can go over to here to the properties. So this properties section is where you might spend the other, I don't know, another 5 to 8%, I don't know, getting too exact there. You might spend another 5% of your time in this section, but it's where all of the properties for things are in Blender. So for example, you've got like the render properties, like the size of the image that you're saving something as is defined there. And some of these properties will stay here no matter what is selected, but others are selection dependent. So you can see actually if I click the camera there, you can see I get a little camera tab at the bottom there. But if I select my monkey, you'll see it's got where all of the properties for things are in Blender. So for example, you've got like the render properties, like the size of the image that you're saving something as is defined there. And some of these properties will stay here no matter what is selected, but others are selection dependent.
Hold on! Hold on! Hold on. I'm sorry. Again. I clicked on this button and I immediately remembered something. Guys, I don't care if nobody knows why I'm geeking out. I'm freaking out because the #1 software that I really want to learn is called X Particles. And if nobody knows what that is, it's okay, but it's a software that just makes pretty things. It's just so pretty. Particles everywhere. And what are particles? They're little dots. But imagine like dots everywhere. And then you get like fairy dust, you get fire, you get water, you get simulations, guys. And the main renderer for X Particles is Cycles. I forgot that's built in here. It's not, you don't have to pay for it, and it's in Blender, and it's free. Ah! Sorry. Mochi's under my feet. She's like, Mom, shut up. Go on.
You can see actually if I click the camera there, you can see I get a little camera tab at the bottom there. But if I select my monkey, you'll see the camera tab disappears. But instead I have some other ones that appear. So one that we might want to change is underneath material. And this will enable us to add a material, change the color to something else, essentially. So underneath here where it's got new, I'm just going to hit new. And then you've got a bunch of options. Very confusing. Ooh, IOR. Subsurface. Again, don't worry about it. We'll get to all of that later on.
Things I recognize,
the one that
but it's
defines
okay
the
if you
color
don't.
is the base color. So if I do a single left click on that white box there, I can then change this color to
What color do we
whatever I
want, Chad?
want. I could
Monkey brown?
make it an odd creepy skin-toned monkey head.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
Right? Like that.
I'm kidding.
And do a render. Okay, so hey, all right, it's better, but still it's too simple. I think people will think we haven't put enough effort into this masterpiece.
What are you trying to
so
imply,
let's
sir?
add another object. Let's give the monkey a hat.
Oh.
So if we want to add another object, how do we do it?
Shift
Well,
A.
we could go to the add menu, like I mentioned before, or the hotkey Shift A.
I'm smart.
So what sort of hat do we want to add? We could do a boxy hat. Let's do a party hat with a cone.
Totally got
So
it.
once we've added that object, you can see it's just plopped it straight in the center, intersecting our monkey. So we need to move it. We can move it, and we could grab
what did
it
I do?
with the G key. So
Right.
it's now moving it just on our cursor there. I don't want to move it just freehand though, because I like the position, but I just want to move it up. So I'm going to hit Z to move it along the Z axis.
no, that's
Right,
not
I
it.
like it there. So once I like the placement, I'm just going to do a single left click. Okay, great. But too big. See, need to learn another tool, which is scale. So
Scale.
we could go to the scale tool there,
Right.
and then we get this familiar little axes there. But again, most people prefer to remember the hotkey, which for scale is just S. So S to scale.
Makes sense.
So resizing that. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's move it down again. So G and Z. Okay. All right. But yeah, let's say we want to make it a little taller. Okay, so we could scale it along just the Z axis. So S and then Z. Whoops. S, Z. There we go. And it's now making it a tall party hat. Scale it down. There we go. Ha! Look at
about
that.
that?
You're
Yeah,
very bland
I
party if
remember.
it's grey though. So let's give it another material. An exciting color. A vibrant aqua
I love this man.
color. Why
He
not
has personality,
give that
thank
a
God.
render by hitting F12? Okay. Camera is in the wrong position, so let's go to camera view mode with number pad 0.
No, it's too
I'm
small.
going
It
to select
didn't
my
work.
camera, and rather than dabbling with that little thing I had before, I'm going to hit G, and then middle mouse, just tap it once. As I said, it's a little awkward. Blender's the way it handles with
I'm
the
not
camera,
paying
but anyway,
attention at all.
just move that out, and then
Oh dear.
I gotta rotate it. All right, so I'm gonna rotate. So with the camera selected, tap R, then middle mouse, and it's now kind of
There
like
we go.
freehand rotating around.
Cool.
So I'll just move it up slightly. There we go. Okay.
Oh, I see.
This is just a fool around session, so don't worry if you're making mistakes. We'll
I'm
get to actual
remembering
practical
things.
building stuff in the next part.
Oh god, no, I'm not.
I'm just trying to find ways to throw in these like fundamental tools. Rotate,
Where's
right?
the
The
camera?
monkey's head is just, he needs to look dead on at the camera, and currently he's off. Ah, what an excuse to use the rotate tool.
Oh,
So you
darn.
could enable the rotate tool, right? The familiar axes
Okay.
there. You could click and rotate it around like that. Again, most people prefer to remember the hotkey, which is R to rotate, right? So it's now just freehand rotating on my cursor. Remember the axes, as I mentioned before, can be used for any mode. So the X axis will
Where's my
rotate
camera?
back and
Where's my
forth. The
camera? Where's
Y
my camera?
axis, tilt it,
Camera.
or Z. There we go, to turn it towards the camera. Just a little bit, right? And there you go, F12. And we've done it. Let's save it. Let's upload it to ArtStation. And then just wait
Thinking so
for the
hard.
recruiters, essentially.
Brain.
All right,
Oh,
let's
no.
start a new scene so that we can get ready for part 2, where
Slow
we're going
down.
to actually
it's ending.
start building our donut and learning some of the more core features of Blender. So click here, and we'll see you in part 2.
Guys, dude, it's only been what, like 20 minutes? The last time I did this lesson, I think it took us like a whole hour to get through. Because I was pausing and starting and pausing and noting and everything. Okay, I made a monkey! Yay! All right. Chat, take a stretch break, pet the dog, do whatever you need to do. We're going straight into the next lesson. But before that, I gotta mention this one thing. So, like, I had a freak out last time because... So, okay. He said, for main shortcuts, this is gonna take me forever to get used to, but I'm gonna practice with him while I can, because I'm gonna forget everything, and then it doesn't even make sense to try to learn the old standard that I used to know. Anyway, is this my anchor point? Why is this moving? Why did you move? Why? Come back. No, it doesn't control Z. Oh, no. Okay. S. Scale. Makes sense. R. Rotate. Makes sense. G for move. G for grab, which means move. Not M. G. What? That just broke my brain for a second, and I was just like, I kept hitting M for N move, and it gives me this. I'm like, no, that's not right. So S for scale, R for rotate, G for move. Ah! Anyway, let's move on. I think. Oh, that's gonna take me such a long time to get used to. Holy moly, I'm gonna lose my mind! Look at the mind of the monkey! Alright, let's see. Can I remember how to do things before we even get to the next lesson? I'm gonna spoil a bit for you, chat. Modifiers? Yes. Yes! No! Is it this? Yes. Can I make him smoother? Oh, I did it! Look at that! Woo! How do I turn it off? Oh no. How do I make it go away? Oh no. Okay. So I just remembered how to do something. It's okay if you didn't follow what I did. Ah, there we go. It just makes it smoother. And I'm pretty sure he's going to mention this in a second. But where is it? Is it? I wrote these notes down. Where did I write them? Dude, the struggle is so real. I am spitting everywhere. Okay. Right click. Shade smooth. Yeah! Look at that clay monk. He's kind of smiling now. Isn't that fun? It like fools you to thinking it's like totally smooth, but it's totally not. It's lying to you. But it still looks cool. Polygons? No polygons. And how do I make this hide? I want to hide it. I want to not see it. There's a button that should do that. I don't know how to do it. Oh, he's gone completely. I'm also gonna... Yep. Alright, that's fun. Alright, he's gonna talk about all this in a second. I just wanted to have a moment. He has a heart nose! I did not notice that the first time. Look at his heart nose. Oh. Alright, moving on. Lesson 2. Goodbye. No, I don't want to save it. I can make this monkey any day. Yes. No. Goodbye. Okay. Now we move on to lesson 2. If we actually get to lesson 3, I'll be stoked. But we'll find out. Let's make an actual donut.
Now we know how Blender functions.
Yay.
Let's start building that donut. So, as before, let's, well, first of all, just to repeat, make sure you are working with a new scene.
Is he
Completely
talking?
new scene.
I
Don't want
hear
any
nothing.
remaining. Now we know how Blender functions.
What is happening?
Let's start building that
Chat,
donut.
can you hear sound? Is
So,
he talking?
as before, let's,
hear anything.
well, first of all, just to repeat, make sure you are working with a new scene.
Okay, I'm sorry. My headphones are taking a little while to update, so if I unpause and I go back a few seconds, it's because I can't hear anything. Even if you can, I can't. Sorry. All right, continue, sir.
Completely new scene. Don't want any remaining monkey heads lying around. Let's begin
Donut.
fresh slate, and let's delete our default cube just with the delete key, and let's replace it with a new object. You might remember the hotkey for that is Shift A. And as I mentioned before, you usually want what is underneath mesh because these are your primitives. So we want to start with something that most resembles what it is we're building. You know, if it was a house, you
gonna be,
might start
Chat?
with a cube. If it was a vase, you might start with a
Do you know?
cylinder. In our case, we want the donut-shaped one, although mathematicians call it a torus for some reason. So let's
Torus.
add that. Now, if I zoom in by scrolling up, we can see we have something resembling a donut. Looks like a pretty weak-looking donut, you know, very flimsy. Looks like the donut before it's cooked when they
It's
just
gonna
drop
break
it
in
into
10
the
minutes.
vat, and it's just this little wispy thing. So immediately after you do some actions in Blender, you have options to change it. And the options are hidden down here in the bottom left-hand corner. You see a little box, and if you click that box, you see options. And look, we can change the dimensions of our
Yes.
torus. Now, something to note is that these options in Blender only appear
Fat donut.
immediately
Yes.
after you've done that action. If you do another action, like say deselect your
There we go.
torus by mistake, it's gone, right? Because Blender has assumed you have moved on. You've accepted the state of your donut.
No!
And this is the one you want, right?
I'm so sad that you guys didn't get to see my panic attack when that happened. Basically what he just said is when you make a brand new thing, there's a menu that shows up to make all these alterations to it. It went away, and I was like, I broke it! And I panicked for like 10 minutes, and then he said this right here.
Now, if you haven't done anything drastic or changed this object in some severe way, you
So
can
many things that you
temporarily bring it
misjudged.
back by hitting F9. I never actually remember that hotkey. I just remember that immediately after I have added an object, if I want to tweak it, now's
Do
my chance
preventive-
before I move on to something
Preventive
else.
screw up.
So we could change, the size of it here. We can also change the resolution. I'll use the term resolution loosely.
Pixels!
To
Voxels? Yeah.
to make it higher or lower fidelity. And a mistake that a lot of beginners make, and I say this because this was the exact mistake I made way back in 2003 when I started
don't
learning
do this,
Blender,
guys.
is
Listen
they
up.
go, well, I need a realistic looking
Yes.
donut, so I guess I need to go really high resolution.
Don't do
I remember
it, guys.
my
Don't
first
do
project,
it.
one of my first projects was for a high school film project, and I wanted to have a close-up of a face. Didn't realize faces were going to be difficult, but I went really high poly, and then it was just an absolute nightmare to work with.
Yeah, don't do
So
that.
the problem, the reason you
So
don't
bad.
want this is that, for starters, things that are high poly are very slow to render, and they're very hard to work with if you want to tweak the shape of it. But also, as you learn and you grow with 3D, you'll discover that it is a lot easier to add resolution to something later on, but it is very difficult to take it away if you've already built it into it and you don't
Well,
need
your
it. So,
earlier chat.
long way to say, what we actually want is to have as few polys, these are called polys, as you can get away with. So I'm going to go
35
with 32
and 12.
major and 12 minor. And don't
Cool.
worry that it looks all jagged, because we will fix that in a moment.
I'll be exact.
Now, the major and minor, this is really up to you, but I find that something that looks kind of chunky, like a fat donut, just looks really delicious.
That's
so I'm
rude,
going with
dude.
something around about this
Just
size.
call this donut fat plus
And once
size.
I'm happy with this, once I'm ready to click off, I click off, the options are gone, and this is it. This is the donut that I am now working with.
Okay, so far I love Blender so much, and I'm gonna just pause real quick because guys, if you happen to know already, and you're watching this later on, and you happen to comment in the comments, I want to know right now. Does this software have non-destructive modeling? Because that is going to make this a game-changing software for me. And I'll explain what that means really quickly. Basically, when you erase something in Photoshop and you press Control F9 or Control Z, that's what I mean, and it comes back, is there a way, if you cannot Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z anymore, and you just have to go back to the beginning, is there a way to get it back? Because that is game changing. Houdini has that. It's just a little difficult to learn, but it does. Cinema 4D, as far as I understand, don't have that. Or at least, if it does, I don't know how to do it. But if Blender does, new favorite software, straight up.
So how do we make this look higher resolution, less jagged?
Yeah.
Well, one way is to use smooth shading. So if you right click with your object selected, go to shade
I did this
smooth.
earlier. Look at that!
And look at that, this is immediately better.
Yummy!
Without getting too technical, this is kind of a fakery. It's sort of like the shader is telling the renderer that this is
fakery.
a really high poly dense mesh when it really isn't. It's just basically kind of like averaging out faces, and anyway, it's very technical, but basically means it's not going to add anything to your render time, but it's going to look smoother. And so this is generally what you want for something that is smooth and organic looking, like we want. If you were rendering like architectural or like hard surfaces, like later on we're going to put this on a counter, then the object would obviously want to be flat. But in our case, we're just going to use shade smooth. But you might notice that looking at this, especially if you go side on, that you've got
Can you see my
this sort of jagged shape around here, right? So the silhouette is really breaking that illusion that this is a high poly or a smooth looking donut. But thankfully, rather than adding all of that complex density into the mesh itself and then making it hard to remove later on, there is another way through modifiers. So if we
Get that
go
bright
over
light
here
out of
to
my
our
face, Mom.
properties, right? This very
Sorry,
confusing, lots of option
paying
looking
attention. What'd you
properties.
say?
Click on the wrench, and this is the section called modifiers. And this is one of those object dependent things. So if you've got your camera selected, you won't see it. So it's only when you've got actual meshes that you might see this modifier here. So it's much easier to explain if we just add one. So up here, add modify, and you've got a range of options here that can do a whole number of things. The one that we're looking for
Very
is
cool.
underneath generate,
All the fun
and it is
stuff is in
called
here.
subdivision surface. And it is a really common
Yeah.
modifier that you use
What
all
did it
the
just
time.
do?
In fact, it's so common, it's actually, you can just immediately add it to any object just by hitting Control 1. But don't
Can I show the difference between having it on and off? I want to show everyone what it does. How do I show it off and on? I can't do it. Oh well.
do that because we've already got it. So there. Now, some of you might have just discovered that your donut has disappeared. If that is the case, you need to go to Edit, Preferences, and then underneath Viewport, where it's got Subdivision at the very bottom, Disable GPU Subdivision.
That did not
will
happen
then
for
make
me,
the
sorry,
subdivision
thank you,
perform
but
on your
that's scary.
CPU instead of your GPU, which is maybe non-existent or not performing whatever. But disable that and it should appear. But if it's already working for you, don't disable it. Keep it going because GPU will be faster.
Furry
So
babies
what
eating my
exactly
feet.
is this
Hi, honey.
doing? Well, it's a lot easier to explain if we look at the shade flat mode, because
Yeah.
we're not being tricked by the smooth shading there. If I set this levels viewport to
Getting
0,
better at this.
is our original mesh. This is before we add the subsurface, essentially. When we increase
Right.
this, you can see that it is adding resolution to our mesh. And the
Look at
more
the
I
resolution,
increase
Chad.
this viewport levels
Look at
here,
it.
the finer and finer that detail
at all the
becomes.
squares.
So to explain it, because this is such a very, very common modifier, it's kind of important to understand how it's working. You can see that this is these squares here, these are called faces, by the way. And for each one of these faces here, as I add a level, you can see it's becoming 4 faces, right? And then now if I zoomed in on this one face here, if I do another level, that's now become 4 faces. And then if I zoom in again, it's now become 4 faces. So it's
It's so
exponentially
satisfying, Chad.
adding
it's so
detail.
satisfying.
And you might also know that it is smoothing it out as well. Like this jagged edge that we've got here, you can see now becomes smoother. So to quickly visualize that, if I just draw it, like imagine you've got like a 90-degree corner, right? Like this. If you add a subsurf modifier, what it's going to do
How did you
is
do
it's
that?
going to add a
I draw
point
in here too?
right? Because this is the extra detail. It's also going to take that point there and it's going to average it out. It's
Must
going
be
to average
easy.
it out between these points. And it's going to create another one there, another one there. So you go then from having that really hard corner there to having something that looks a lot smoother. So it's going to take a point and it's also going to change it to make it look smoother, generally speaking. So there we go. So now as I increase this, you can see it's getting smoother and smoother. Now, the reason there are 2 options here, you've
Very
got levels viewport and levels render. So reminder, this gray area that we operate in is called our
me the render.
viewport. The render is the pretty version. So as an example, you can see if I just turned it off for the
Well.
viewport, it looks very jagged. But then for my render,
Ew.
if I increase that to 3, if I do my render, which you could go up there,
It didn't
and
do
render
anything.
image, or remember the hotkey F12, you can see that that
Oh.
donut is now smooth, but I go
Zoom
back
in
and you can
mode.
see it's jagged. So the viewport, you want to generally keep it lightweight, and then
Wait,
the
what?
render time, that's where you want
Whoa.
to get a really nice looking pretty image, so you want to
Oh
often
my.
have 2 different levels. In our case though, I don't really think we need to go beyond 1.
Wait a minute, what happened to my shade smooth? This happened last time. What is happening? Okay, hold on, goodbye. I can't go by? Oh, I got rid of everything. No, just this. No, I can't make this go away. You're kidding me. There's no way that's the case. I can't. Oh, there we go. Apply. What? What? Delete? Apply? Yeah. There's no shortcut for that. It's really annoying. Okay. Okay, fine, Blender. Who's licking my feet? Baby! Baby! Hi, Bo. Oh, gee. Oh, hi, Moch. She's protecting my feet. You're doing a very good job. Thank you, honey. Oh, thank you. All right. Yep. There we go. Now what happened? There we go. Why didn't it do that earlier? I don't know anyway.
Even for our final pretty image, because this
Don't you, you're very
with
hot. Sorry, my
shade
fur hurts
smoothing
me.
turned on is good enough.
It's
And
hot
we're going to
here.
be adding more to the scene later on, so we don't want to make it too complex. So this is actually pretty good.
Right.
Okay, so we have a perfect donut. And that's the problem. It's too perfect. You could spend decades trying to develop a machine in the real world that made a donut this perfect, and you never would. This is so mathematically precise that the eye will always see this as looking fake. So that's actually a problem you learn pretty quickly in 3D, that things that are too perfect just look fake. So you have to spend time making things look misshapen and adding variation there, like you see in the real world, because your eye expects to see it.
Right.
So how do we do that? How do we make this donut look a little more lumpy and interesting? I do that by changing the mesh itself. So this mode that we are in right now, where we can, click on different objects, is called object mode. And I know that because in the top left-hand corner, you can see we are in object mode. If I click the drop down, you can see I get a number of other options here.
Cool.
And these options, again, will change depending on the object you've got selected. If I've got a lamp, my little light there selected, you can see I've only got object mode. My camera, I've only got object mode. But a mesh will give you extra options here.
Boy.
So let's enter into edit mode.
Yes.
Ooh. Right. Now, you can see our mesh, our object has become...
What does it mean?
Something that looks weird. It's got a bunch of little points on it with lines and very technical.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's actually cool. Is it if I... Oh, can I? I really wish I could turn this off. Okay, no. Yeah. That is dope! I control Z'd and now it's not coming back. Oh dear. No. Okay, well. Gotta make another one. Generate. This is great practice. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, this is actually the mesh that we're editing. And the subdivision is underneath it. It refined it. So if I go into the subdivision and edit it, it's not actually the mesh we're editing. That's neat. Okay. So we can still move things around. That's very cool. Cool.
That's because this is actually what the mesh is made up of. These little points here, which you can click on just by selecting, are called your vertices. The singular term is called vertex. I never say that. I like to just call all of them vertices, regardless of whether it's one or two, just because you always get some comments that go, actually, it's called vertex if it is singular. Anyway, so these are called your vertices. Yeah. And if you have two of them joined by a line, that is called an edge. And if you have four of them forming a face, then it's called a face.
Crazy.
So with these, I can quickly change the shape of my object by using the same hotkeys as before. And if I want to move this, then I would simply tap G. Right, you can see it's now attached to my cursor. And if I want to confirm its movement, I just do a single left click. And there it is. Now if I go back into object mode, like that, you can see that my mesh has changed. Okay. And by the way, the hotkey for jumping in and out of object and edit mode is just tab. Okay, so you can see it's just toggling between those two modes because it's so common that you want to just quickly change things that it's just easily accessible by that. Now, this is okay, right? But you can see it's got like some artifacting. It's not the greatest lump, right?
No.
So how do we make it look a little more natural? Well, I mean, you could, you move one, drag it out, okay, click, and then I move, the next one next to it, right? I'll move that out, and then I'll move this one out a little bit.
Tell me again.
And I move this one out. And it's like, okay, well now I've got the thing, but it took me like 5 actions.
It looks like a pimple!
No one wants to do that. No one's got time for that. Thankfully, there is a tool in Blender just for this, and it's called proportional editing.
This is so sick. Do it.
There in your toolbar.
So
if you enable that, now if I hit G and I move it out, you will see I get a little ring around my cursor there, and that is now changing the mesh around it. Now, a lot of people in my previous tutorials were like, I don't see what's going on.
Hold on. I need to show you exactly how cool this is. How did I do it again? Is it this? Is it this? Wait, oh no. Hang on. I gotta see it again. G. Yes! Sorry. That blew my mind in half. Oh my god, that's so cool. And I can... Broken! Absolutely broken! Broken! That is disgustingly awesome. I say disgusting a lot, but that's really cool. Go on.
You have to have something selected first.
It works for everything.
then when you hit G, you will see
That is it.
that
Expand that, baby.
that little circle of influence. Okay, now this circle of influence, if I scroll up, you can see it's shrinking its circle of influence. And if I scroll down, it is expanding its influence. So it's
really
only
cool.
going to affect what is in that that ring there.
I love it.
If you are on, if you don't have a mouse with a scroll wheel, you can also change the influence by using page up and page down. And if you don't have page up or page down because you're on a Mac keyboard, then what you would have to do is go to key map and then change your page up and page down to something else, just so that you could get around that. But guys, you got to get a mouse. Get a mouse with a scroll wheel. I think they're, 50 cents or just in the nearest landfill somewhere.
You just need a mouse.
Get a mouse because it's going to make your life in 3D a lot easier.
Tab.
Okay, so with this, I can now make quick work of lumpy shapes, okay? So I just drag that out. Okay, I've got a little lumpy shape there. Maybe I go down here and I pull this up just by hitting G, moving it up. Okay, so already this is looking a little more natural, right?
Cool.
Because even if we were making a stylized world for a Pixar movie or something like that, you can't have just a spherical looking donut. Sorry, round looking circular donut, because it just, your eye will see it as fake.
What do you mean?
So very quickly, I'm able to add a little bit of variation to the donut. Just all around it,
cool.
just a little bit over here. And you can see that I am just changing my circle of influence depending on what size of a lump I want to make. So I just want to make like a little bit that sticks out. I can make a small circle just by scrolling up like that. You just want to do that until you get something that looks a little more natural.
Lumpy
I might want to
zit
make
donut.
the inner part as well.
Lumpy donut.
I just drag that in with a smaller circle.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. Let's just have a look from the top. I might actually just drag that out, make it a little bit more like that. But there you go. That's pretty good for a donut. It's still kind of simple. It's not too detailed.
Look at my donut,
but it's
guys!
got just enough variation in it.
I made a donut!
It's more interesting to look at.
I made a
one
donut.
more thing I forgot to mention. Go back into edit mode with tab.
Tell me where.
Donuts, when they're sitting in the little vat thing,
The science of donuts.
they're only like half submerged, so then they have to be flipped. But it means that the bit that's nearest to the surface is getting less heat. So essentially what I'm saying is the bit that's around the donut, the circumference of it, is usually a little bit flatter. So donuts aren't like...
Oh, wait, what? You actually really learned and studied these donuts, didn't you?
Is getting less heat, be flipped. But it means that the bit that's nearest to the surface is getting less heat. So essentially what I'm saying is the bit that's around the donut, the circumference of it, is usually a little bit flatter. So donuts aren't like perfectly round all the way around. They're usually a little bit flatter. So what I want to do is I want to select these vertices along here, and then I want to shrink them. Now I could go around one by one like this, which is actually what I used to do when I was learning Blender pre-YouTube days, and there was no tutorials. I would do this if I wanted to select this. Silly, because there's a function, a tool for that, and it is edge select. So if you hold down Alt on your keyboard and then do a single left click on not the points, but on the edge, right, this little line here, you can see it's selected all the way around.
Is that Alt?
A function, a tool for that. And it is edge select. So if you hold down Alt on your keyboard and then do a single left click on not the points, but on the edge, right, this little line here, you can see it's selected.
I did that. It worked for me last time. Why it no work now? Is it because I'm not in edit mode anymore? No, I still am. Why do no work? Is it because of this? Is it because I'm in proportion, maybe? What about you? Oh, it was working before. How dare you? Why you no work? It did, but why not now? It's because of this. Did I do something here? No. Why you no work? Oh, I don't want to do this all over again. Don't make me edit my donut yet again. Cursor? No. constipated. You missed it! Oh, it's okay. It's alright. You are allowed to wash dishes, my dear. I was doing a lot of things that you could easily rewatch in the VOD. But we made a donut! I made a donut. I made a donut. Look, I made a donut. Not really. We started out with the basic donut. I don't know how to turn this blasted thing off. I really would love to be able to show you the before and after, but I can't. Oh well. I don't know Blender well enough to do that. Oh. Did I do it? No. Is it because I'm clicking on the wrong thing? I'm clicking buttons and nothing's happening. Maybe if I zoom in, it'll do it for me. No. Oh yeah. Can I still edit my Taurus? Is it too late to... Wait. Can I... Oh, no. No, nuts. Oh, beans. Okay, fine, never mind. Donut! Indeed, donut. It's a very lumpy donut. It's not a real donut because it's not mathematically accurate. It's a fake donut. But it hopefully looks a little more real. I can't wait to be able to texture this bad boy and make it look fried and fattening. Okay, I don't know how to do the thing you said. You said hold the button, and I did, and it's not working. Oh no, I'm sad. Can I drag? Nope. That is rotate. No. That is, oh, I don't want to do all of this. That's annoying. But for the sake of this, I'm going to just... Harumph! I did it before! Oh, I don't want to do it again. Maybe there's a setting that's doing that. Or, oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I changed my preferences. Maybe that's what it is. Where was it? Was it here? No, here. What is this shortcut supposed to be? It's just middle click. Okay, hold up. Navigation. 3 mouse wheel. Where is it? Nope. No, I don't think. Ah! Yes. Touchpad? Ooh. Yes, I do have a touchpad. Okay, now, how about now? Ah! I fixed it. Big brain crystal, yes! Okay. Oh god. So it's just regular icy. Okay. Oh, still so confusing. Okay. I'm gonna get there. Alright. Alt, click. Yes! Got it! And then I shrink it to be a little bit smaller. Wait, no. I want a face. Give me this. Is it the same button? Nope. Holy smokes! Yes, it is. Yes. Okay. I want this to be, oh no. No. It's a, whoa. No. Scale, and then I, sorry, I'm making so many sounds. No. Sounds! No, it's not that. Okay, I think it's this. It's this. Okay, there we go. Oh, flat donut. Oh no, I ruined it. No. Oh god. I want this to shrunk. Yum. Oh, ooh, do the hula. Hey. It's not what I want at all. I think it's a shrunk. Let's see what it is.
Selected all the way around. So it's anything that's connected along that line is now selected.
Well, my dots aren't in the middle.
So if I want to shrink this,
we know yes, they are.
What would I do? Well, I mean, yeah, you could like move it around, right? We want to shrink it. We want to change the scale of it. So we would use the hotkey S for scale. So S, and I'm going to scale that in. And I actually don't want proportional editing, so I'm going to turn that off.
Oh!
And now scale in, and just make it a little bit flatter. And there you go. See, it just feels a little bit more natural, doesn't it? Looks a little bit closer to what a donut looks like.
Yeah.
And by the way, don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like this, like your lump is a little bit off.
I got a lumpy
Some people get a little bit
donut.
too precious with the tutorial. I gotta
Yay!
match exactly everything I do. Like, I'm just working on the fly as well. So just
I
make
got a
what
lumpy
you think looks
donut.
good. Maybe you think this is not misshapen enough and you want to add more, go for it, because it might actually turn out better than what mine is. Now, before we move...
No, I want to... No, shucks. Where is the edit mode? There it is. I want to give it a pimple. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Go on.
Move to the next part. How to save. How to save. Blender, very, very easy. You just go save as, and you just get one file. It's called
See?
.blend.
There it is.
Very literal file
Interesting,
extension.
that's
Really
right.
pushing the limits of what a file extension can be. That's almost a word, Blender. Anyway,
blend
that's
is
it.
so
and then
smart.
Next time you open it up, it's
love
exactly
it.
like it. It's not like ZBrush where you got like 4 or 5 different ways to save a project or an object or a tool or a... Hate ZBrush. Okay, that's how
no.
you save. Now, also, finally, I would say if you need help, because I know if you're stuck and then you leave a YouTube comment, you might not get a reply. If you want immediate help, I've got a Discord, so I'll put the link below. So there's like a little channel in there where you can just ask for specific donut
love
help.
asking questions.
So if you're having issues, feel free to jump into that. And also, guys, don't beat yourself up. Like 3D is definitely a has like a steep-ish learning curve. So you're in that steep slope right now, and it's really common. Like a lot of this stuff is very foreign. 3D is very unique. It's very different to a lot of 2D tools. But don't give up. Like it's definitely achievable to learn and self-learn at home. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to pay for a tutor. It's really easy to get help online nowadays. So do make use of that Discord. Post comments as well in the YouTube comments if you want to. But I hope you stay with it. So if you're ready to jump to the next part after you've saved your blend file, go ahead, click here, and I will see you there.
Sweet.
Did you guys know that Blender...
Okay. All right. Cool. Guys, we made it through 2 lessons in like an hour. Whereas it took me all of the 2.5 hours that I was streaming last time to do just that. We made it. Also, baby! Mooch! Mochi! Oh, hello. She is so sweet and comfy and... Oh, she said, no, you're not allowed to go. Oh! Hi, Mama. Get that bright light out of my face. Okay. All right, guys, I am going to probably take a 2-second break to just stretch and do things for my body, and then we can come back and continue. I am noticing each lesson is about 20 to 25 minutes. That's doable. We spent the whole last 2 hours doing this, so there's hope. But also, I was pausing and starting and making notes every time. Like I already took notes. I was just rewatching this. So we're gonna keep going, but I'm gonna take a little break. Stretch if you need to. Do things. Pet a cat. Pet a dog, and I'll be right back. It's very dramatic music. Let's change it up. Very dramatic music indeed. Have fun with this. I'll be back before the next song. Change of plans. I'm gonna give you a banger to listen to. Here. There you go. Have fun for a few. Alright. Can I surprise you come back? Alrighty. Sorry to cut off this jam. I just wanted to say hello. P5's OST is the bomb! Hot dang. I love it. Alrighty. We have a donut to make. We are officially entering into foreign territory! Blind territory! Let's go. I have not seen these next two parts, so here we go. Let's see. We'll come back, P5. Don't worry. Thank you. Okay. Shall we continue? Brand new video! Everything is brand new. I'm so excited. New territory. Okay. I apologize in advance. I'm going to probably take a lot more notes here because this is new stuff. So if I pause and start and stop and start and stop, I'm sorry.
Did you guys know that Blender 4.0 had a change that makes it more realistic by default? Or that there's a new technology that is going to expand the uses for 3D exponentially? Well, you would if you were on my free newsletter called This Week in 3D. It's an email from me once a week with 3 to 5 things that I found interesting that week from the world of 3D.
Oh, no.
So sometimes I share a new tool that I found, a remarkable tutorial, a new Blender feature, a news story that affects the industry. So click the link in the description, enter your email address, and then you will stay up to date on the world of 3D.
Cool.
It's always free and it's always written by me.
Market yourself, dude.
Now,
You gotta get it
onto
out
the
there.
tutorial. Welcome back to the Donut Show, where we make sad little donuts that we cannot eat.
Oh.
This is where we finished up at the end of part 1. We've got our nice looking donut, and now we're going to make that icing, which looks complex, but is actually fairly simple. Now, as I mentioned before, if you want to add an object, you go Shift-A, right? And then you start with something that resembles what you're trying to create. But we already have something that resembles the exact shape we want to create. It's the donut, because we want the icing around the donut. So let's just reuse this information. So we can do that by duplicating the object. And if you don't know the hotkey for it, you could just go Object, and then you'd find it here, where it says Shift-D.
Not Alt-D or Control-D, Shift-D. What is this? Blasphemy.
So Shift-D. Now when you hit that, you are in a placement state, essentially. Like it's duplicated and it's now saying, where do you want to place it? Now in our case, and actually often, you don't actually want to change its placement. You want to duplicate it exactly where it was. So you can cancel the movement by hitting Escape or right-clicking. Now when you do that, it looks like it's canceled the duplication, but you can see in your outliner, it has duplicated it. You've got 2 objects, but it's just in the exact same place, which is what we want. So first things first, we need to name them, or else we could get very confused very easily. So you can name an object by just double-clicking it in the outliner, and then just typing in the object. The other way you can name something, I'll just show you the second way. If you select the Taurus 0.001, that's your icing object. If you're in the 3D view, where your cursor, is over the 3D viewport, if you hit F2, that's another very quick way that you can name something without having to go up to the outliner to find your object. So with our icing object selected, let's go into edit mode by hitting Tab. So we want the icing on the top, which means this bottom half.
Hold up. I gotta write that down. I need all of the shortcuts. F9 I have. F12 I do not have. Did I write that down? Who's that?
Oh, it's a foot. Hi, honey.
F12. Did I write down F12? Let's see. So many shortcuts to remember. Oh, God. No. Oh, no. I so did not mean to do that. Woo! Okay. You didn't see any of what I just did, but I might have accidentally hit Control-A and then backspaced and deleted all 100 plus pages of my notes. And I might have had a mini heart attack. Okay, we're good. Blender. Thank God for Control-Z. Holy God for Control-Z. Okay. I was looking for a shortcut. Did I write it down? It's not Shift. It is F12. It is Control-Shift for F12. I did that! I did. Okay. Wait. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna put F2 equals rename objects in viewport. Sweet. OBJs stand for objects. Great. Carry on.
Half of our mesh here is redundant. Don't need it. So we want to delete it. So if we just dragged over the bottom here, you can see it looks like we've selected the bottom half of our donut, but if you were to move around, you would see, oh, we haven't actually. It's only selected, annoyingly, what is facing the camera. Where there's a mesh, it's not gone through the mesh. A lot of users find this annoying. I agree. Sometimes it seems like that would be the more default one that would make more sense. But anyway, don't want to argue. So if you want to select through a mesh, you can go up to here in your top navigation, toggle X-ray. If you turn that...
How did you do that? Is it here? Oh, because you have a smaller UI. That's probably why. Yeah. So what did you do?
Don't want to argue. So if you want to select through a mesh, you can go up to here in your top navigation, toggle X-ray. If you turn that on, it's going to enable you to see through the mesh. And now, when I drag over it, you can see that I have selected all through the mesh as I move around it. By the way,
what?
See through the mesh. And now, when I drag over it, you can see that I have selected all through the mesh as I move around it.
Wait, what?
By the way, you might...
Huh? Why would I... Why does... What? This makes no sense to me. Hold on. So, if I can see it, I can select it. But if I can no see it, then I can't? What is this? Why? That doesn't... Okay.
might find it like when you're in this state, it's kind of hard to select. Like it's easy to kind of accidentally select what is above it, and depending on what you've got at your end, that might have happened already. So another way to easily just look directly on the side-on of your donut is to just click one of these, like in your gizmo here, instead of just dragging around. Just do a single click on either the green one or the red one, the X or the Y. And now we're in that state. You can see it's flattened it, so it's put you in orthographic mode, which actually you can toggle to at any time, just over there, which just makes it easier to just do a single, all the way through the mesh, select. All right. Okay. All right. So we want to delete that. So just hit the delete key. You get an extra option here of what do you want to delete: edges, faces. You want the vertices. That's everything. And now we have, if we go back to object.
Wait, I can already tell I didn't select it. Wow, that's annoying. Oh no. Oh no. Ew. Did I get it? I did. Okay, great. All right, we're good. I'm gonna. There we go. Goodbye. Oh, wait, what? Delete. Delete. What did you do to do that? I pressed the button and it didn't work.
So just hit the delete key. You get an extra option here of what do you want to delete: edges, faces. You want the vertices. That's everything. And
I see. So that just does everything. Okay, fine. Delete vertices. Oh, cool. All right. Yo, that's really confusing. Oh, and we even have some artifacting here because it's a mesh on top of a mesh and it's freaking out. That's fun. Okay, so hold on. What did we learn? This button up here, toggle X-ray. I want to write that down. Wow, my screen is so bright. Yeah. You can't see the difference, but it's really bright on my end. I wish I had a middle ground. Hang on. You can see the brightness appearing on my face. Oh. Whoa. Yeah. No. Is it this button? I forget. Oh, I'm on the fly now and I'm not paying attention. I think it's this one. Yep. No. Too dark. No. No, it's loading. It's real low. Ah! Wait, this is fine. Reading mode is nice. Yeah. What does rapid rendering look like? Not much different. Okay, we'll stay here. Alright, I just needed my eyes to adjust. That was really bright. Okay. What am I doing? I'm here for some reason. My memory is very fleeting. As you can see, it has the memory of a goldfish. Oh no. Oh! Toggle X-ray. Right. Top right button. Who's nibbling my feet? Top. Whoa, I keep having all caps. Top right. Toggle X-ray button to remove mesh. Selected mesh. My brain understands that. Yes, alright. That makes sense to me. Cool. Carry on.
Now we have, if we go back to object mode, and then let's turn off toggle X-ray as well, and you can see it's working. You got half the donut on top of itself,
so
but as you move around, you can see you got some flickering.
Yeah.
Now this flickering happens, and it's actually a very common, it's actually a good warning sign to you as an artist, because it means you've got faces on top of faces, and the 3D software doesn't know which face it wants to render. Right, so it's like sometimes saying it's the front face, no, the back face, the front face, and there's no understanding. Sometimes you can actually spot it in TV shows and like VFX or like low budget stuff. You can see something flickering in the background, and I'm like, ooh, there it is, Z fighting.
I should try making a nickel.
That's what it's called, Z fighting, or Z fighting if you're not American.
Z
So what we want to
fighting?
do is we want to give thickness to our icing. So we can do that with a solidifier modifier. So adding another modifier. Make sure you've got your icing selected, not your donut. And then here where you've got add modifier, we're going to go generate solidify. Okay. Now it's made it worse. It's actually added a thickness to our mesh there, but it's actually done it the wrong way. So it's with the normals. Yeah, what is it? It's trying to put the extra bit inside the donut. So we can change that by just changing the offset
It
here
looks like a
in
leopard.
the solidifier
Whoa!
settings. Just drag that all the way to 1. Some
count
of you
as
might
cat?
have actually
Well,
found that it was correct
my leopard
before, just depending on which way your normals were. If that's the case, keep it at -1, but everyone else keep it at 1. We just want to make sure it's actually outside. Okay.
Got it.
I also, let's just increase the thickness a little bit too. Let's go, 0.025. That looks pretty good.
Can't go up and down.
And great, we've got what looks like
Let's try
a yarmulke on our donut. A perfectly straight edge little hat for our donut.
It does have a yarmulke.
So let's make this look more.
Okay, 1 is enough. Boom. There we go. Okay, hold on. I gotta write everything down, guys. I'm gonna go in here. Modifier. Solidify. Modifier. Expand mesh thickness. Yes, my brain will understand that. Yes. Cool.
Like icing, so the edge is wavy all the way around. So to do this is where we get into the fancy finger magic, because you're typing lots of keys. Anyway, go into edit mode, and we can see straight away that we can't see the mesh, and that's because the solidify modifier is obstructing our view. So these little boxes here, as I mentioned before, like this is to hide it from viewport, but if you want to just hide it from your edit mode, which is the state that we are in right now, the box next to it is the one that you uncheck. Which means in object mode, when you're tabbed in object mode, you can still see it, but edit mode.
Okay, things look very different. Hold on. Can you expand this, sir? Do you also have your subdivision in here as well as the solidifier? I would love to know. I can't make it hide. I want to know how to hide it. How do I edit solidify? Wait, sir. Oh no. I only have one thing selected. No. Here's my icing. It's only showing me the subdivision. I want to solidify. And thus comes the problems of being a self-learner. There should be more than one on here. That's weird. Nope. Nope. No. Oh, no, that's cool, but no. And I'm assuming these I could reorder them. Very cool. But no! Where is my solidify? If I double click it, maybe? No. Oh, what did that do? Oh, no! I see. If I press apply, it just eats it and perma uses it. I don't get to edit it anymore? Oh, no. Well, I guess we gotta make it all over again. Practice. I do a lot of shouting today. Sorry. Alright, let's practice. Shift D. What have we learned? Is it Shift D? Shift D, right? Shift D. Wait, no. Oh, no. It's never mind. It's I see. Just like Taylor Swift, I'm a Swiftie. Haha. No. I haven't listened to Taylor in a long time. Shift D! No! I think she's swell, but I mostly a high school fan. Get out of here. Shift D. I didn't write it down. This is what happens when I don't write every single thing down that the man says. Shift D wasn't it. Duplicate it. Thank you for organizing your stuff. We are at 6:50 minutes. Cool. Shift
Let's
D.
just reuse this information. Or you could just go object and then you'd find it.
It is! What is happening here? Something is amiss. Shift D is not working. Oh, why did it work then? Okay, whatever. Now we have it. I'm going to go into my modifiers and maybe make another one. Add modifier, generate, solidify. And it looks horrible, right? Because I forgot we have to delete everything. That's right, that's right, that's right. Remember? Edit mode? Yeah. Then we, right. Oh, and then I get to finally use this thing that I've just realized how to do. Yeah. And let's check my work. Yeah. Goodbye. Vertices. And then I can, yeah. Solidify. Boom, baby! I got it. And I want it in the positive direction, not the negative. Right. Yeah. Okay. We are back to where we left off. I believe we're in the right section. Go away. Yamaka. Yes! Okay, and I want to make this normal mode. Yay! Where were we?
Here, where it says Shift D. So Shift D.
We're a little further than that.
Now, when you hit that, you are there, but edit mode, it's it's temporarily hidden for you. So if I was to select one of these points here and move it down, you can see that it's working, but it would be, again, a lot of effort to go round and round and do these one by one. So we want to use that old familiar proportional fall off tool again. So proportional editing on, and now as I move it down, let's just lower the slider way down here. Oopsie. And then let's pull this down. Okay, now we'll find issues. If we move to the side here, we can see the first issue we've discovered is that this is separating from our mesh here. And that's not what icing does. When it dribbles down, it follows the shape of the donut all the way down. So what we want to do is snap, undo it a number of times, snap the vertices to our donut underneath it.
How do we do that?
Right? So for that, we need to turn on snapping up here. Okay, now there are a number of ways to snap in Blender. The default way is increment, which just means the like the grid floor there. Like if you were to just like move it around, you can see it's just snapping to the grid floor. Not helpful. But we want to snap.
Nintendo Switch snap. Wait, did I do it right? Is it this? Oh, it's not snapping anymore. Oh, yes it is. But it doesn't want to go down. It wants to go up. Wait, hold on. Is this working? Is this actually? I don't know. I guess the man will tell us. Let's be patient and learn.
Snap it to the face around you, which just means the like the grid floor there. Like if you were to just like move it around, you can see it's just snapping to the grid floor. Not helpful. But we want to snap it to the face. And now with face snapping enabled, if we move this down, we can see let's just look here, that the bottom bit is snapping to the face, but as you might have seen, the top bits, the rest of essentially what is inside of our circle of influence with this proportional editing, that's not being affected. We can see, and now with face snapping enabled, if we move this down, we can see, let's just look here, that the
I can't tell if that's working or not. It is not. Oh, but maybe if I move it back a bit. Nope. That did something entirely different. What if I hit G and I wanted to move in the X section? Is this snapping? I don't think it is. But, yeah. Yeah, something like that. But now it's pooping out a whole nother mesh. That looks wrong. How do we fix it?
Bottom bit is snapping to the face, but as you might have seen, the top bits, the rest of essentially what is inside of our circle of influence with this proportional editing, that's not being affected. Only the little point that we had selected was affected. So that's not what we want either. Normally that would be enough, but in this particular case, we want to also snap individual elements too. And let's go face project. Now, when we pull this down, you should see that these are also no longer clipping through the donut. But still, we have issues.
Oh, I can't pay attention at the same time as trying to fix this issue. Wait! I'm gonna G, and then I'm gonna hit one of these. Is it you? No. I want it to go backwards. I want it to go straight back. This is global, local. Let's see if that helps. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I made a huge mistake. Why did I try moving things on my own without learning from the men? No. No. That's not how you do it. That's also probably not right. Okay, that's better. That's better. But still, he did something funky. What did he do? Okay. What'd you do?
Snap affected. Only the little point that we had selected was affected. So that's not what we want either.
No.
Normally that would be enough, but in this particular case, we want to also snap individual elements too. And let's go face project. Now, when we pull this down, you should see that these are also no longer clipping through the donut. But still, we have issues. Why is that? Well, it is actually working correctly. We can see these are not going through the mesh. So why does it look like it is? The reason for that is that there's actually just not enough information here. So if we go side on, you can see, right, like we've got this point here, and then we've got another point down here, and then we've got this long stretch in between, right? So that means that this part of the donut, oh gosh, that goes that goes around like that is just not, there's nothing to snap it to, essentially. So what we need to do to fix this is just add more geometry. So
I'm going to also oh no, yeah, no, that doesn't do it. I want to be able to see the vertices that I am hitting. So I wish I could lock this. I want to touch that. I want to touch this. Yeah. Alright, G. Snapping is enabled, are you sure? Are you sure? What if I do this? Oh no. I'm gonna try something else, and it's probably gonna blow up in my face. Let's find out. No, it's oh, wait, I think that worked. I think that did it. Oh. Ooh. I didn't know I could do this. Rendered, please. No, I don't want that. Material? Yeah. Oh, I can hit... What? What is happening? Numbers? Math. Okay. K. No, what? Yeah. Z? Uh-huh. Ah, there we go. Now we're here. That's what he did. Right? Right. Okay. Now that we're caught up.
These little vertices here, we need more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier.
Yay,
Because
again.
although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now, if we...
Wait, oh no, so it's not indestructible, it's not indestructible. No! That's not what I wanted, it's destructive. Okay. Also guys, I'm running out of steam. Might have to call it after this stupid lesson. I'm a little less annoying now, which is probably good for you guys. Maybe you want me to be quiet, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have time to go to the next video, but we'll see. It's only 20 minutes? We'll see. Sculpting. Ooh, I want to be fresh for that. Shading. Ooh, geometry nodes. Woo! Good stuff is coming. Okay, I want to be fresh for the next lesson. We might end it after this. We'll see.
I mean, nothing should have changed from this view because the same information is being displayed. But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces. Because here, where there was one face before, you can see there's now a lot more. Right? 4x. Okay, 4x. Okay. So now if we pull down, we should see it is snapping. And if we go into this mode, you can see that it's now conforming to the mesh in a much more snug way.
What did you do? What did you do? My donut don't look like you. I want to look like you. Talk like you. Be you. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I gotta apply it. Right. I don't want to do that, but I guess I will. Was it this? Or this? I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. Too. Ooh, ooh. Where is it? Modifiers is the wrench. Uh-huh. This is donut icing. No, I do not want icing. I want the donut itself. Oh, so many questions. Is it... Can I hit this carrot? Nothing happens. I'm confused. Oh gosh. Brain is malfunctioning. Okay, so if I hit G and I move it up, that does not do it, but if I maybe make this a little bit thicker with my solidify, let's try deuce. Not 22. Okay. Oh god. There we go. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, that's much better to look at. Okay. I want to see all the faces I'm looking at. Can I make it not shade smooth? No, it won't let me. Sad face. Okay. What did he do? I might have to go back a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. 1 sec.
It is actually working correctly. We can see these are not going through the mesh. So why does it look like it is? The reason for that is that there's actually just not enough information here. So if we go side on, you can see, right, like we've got this point here, and then we've got another point down here, and then we've got this long stretch in between, right? So that means that this part of the donut, oh gosh, that goes that goes around like that is just not, there's nothing to snap it to, essentially. So what we need to do to fix this is just add more geometry. So these little vertices here, we need more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now, if we, I mean, nothing should have changed from this view because the same information is being displayed, but
I'm so sorry. There's people vacuuming outside. Why are you vacuuming outside? Is there a person washing your car? Ah!
Okay, well, it's really loud. I'm sorry.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, honey. Wow, this is around the time we would normally start streaming. Oh no. Okay, it stopped. What? No, it didn't. Never mind. Good? Okay, so he hit apply to the icing. I already did that. I apparently cannot anymore. What did you do? Oh, that's so loud! I'm sorry, y'all. It's really, really, really annoying. Well, I would say I would close my window, but I need to breathe the oxygen. Let's get this through the lesson. We got 10 more minutes.
But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces, because here, where there was one face before, you can see there's now a lot more, right? 4x. Okay, 4x. Okay, so this little drop down here next. So what we need to do to fix this is just add more geometry. So these little vertices here, we need more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now, nothing should have changed from this view because the same information is being displayed. But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces, because here, where there was one face before, you can see there's now a lot more, right? 4x. Okay, 4x.
I keep looking away when he says the thing. I'm so sorry that I've made you watch this like 6 times. I'm sorry.
So to apply it, we just click this little. So we can do so that goes around like that. What we need to do to fix this is just add more geometry. So these little vertices here, we need more of those vertices. So we can do that by actually using the subdivision surface modifier. Because although it is a modifier, you can apply the modifier. And the modifier currently is adding geometry, so let's just apply it. So to apply it, we just click this little drop down here next to the modifier and then go apply. Now,
I see, but it's grayed out for me. Oh no. Oh god, ew. That looks disgusting. Yuck. Let me see. I'm not getting quite that same effect. Frankly, I don't think I'm gonna probably perfectly nail this lesson. I don't plan to. I just wanted to try to get as close as possible. Oh, it looks different. Oh wait, no, it is snapping. I see, it is snapping. It is snapping. It is snapping. So, is it because I applied the... Oh. It is snapping. I see. Okay, my bad. The line is going down the mesh. I didn't realize. But is it because I go before it? Oh dear. I'm gonna just put it back where it belongs. Oh no. No. Let's put it back where it came from. Where'd you go, Cotton Eye Joe? Stop. Good? Go back. Is it because it's eating it? Maybe because it's right in the line with it. No. Ah. Okay, apparently that did it. No, dang it! No! It was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. Okay, that'll do. Boom. Right there. Okay. Let's try this one more time. I see. It's off center. G. Okay. We got something like that, but now it's not touching it anymore. Why is that? Oh, it is snapping. But it still pops out.
Nothing should have changed from this view because the same information is being displayed. But in edit mode, you should now see exponentially more faces, because here, where there was one face before, you can see there's now a lot more, right? 4x. Okay, 4x. Okay, so.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep doing it. I see. That is not what I got. But that is cool that you can edit the mesh while you have the modifier on. That is nice. So if I can't apply it, right? No. If I edit it, it doesn't do anything. Oh, it looks really nice though. Yuck. Okay. I'm gonna probably go back and look at this lesson again. I'm missing something here, but it's okay.
Now, if we pull down, we should see it is snapping. And if we go into this mode, you can see that it's now conforming to the mesh in a much more snug way, because there's information there for it to use. Now, this shading artifact here that we can see, this don't worry about that. We'll fix that in just a moment. But I need to show, because I've shown you like 4 things that we need to enable for this to work. I got to show you one more, because if I pull down and if I scroll up, you'll see something. Okay, if I was to click, we get this horrible problem here. And I've done this tutorial on enough, and enough people have hit this issue that I need to call it out specifically, because it seems to be a big point that a lot of people just don't know where to go from. What's happened is if we use what's it called, the circle of influence for our proportional editing. If that is so high, it's actually high enough to reach the mesh on the other side of the donut. And then because we've got snapping, it's now projecting that, snapping it to the front, which is creating this like something that's a nightmare to fix. I mean, in fact, it's easier just to start from scratch than to try to fix that. So if we want, sorry, there's a lot of noise. To fix this, we need to hide the part of the mesh that we don't want to be influenced by our proportional tool, right? So to do that, there is an easy way to do it. We can actually do it very precisely. So if with this middle bit of our donut here, if I just hold down Alt and then do a left click, as I mentioned before, that selects the ring, okay? And we could do that all the way up, but actually there's a little, I don't know if it's an Easter egg. It's kind of a cool tool that not many people know about. Control plus. That will enable the select more tool. And if you use control plus, control minus goes the other way, you can see that it's expanding out. So control plus will just like select the next vertice along a chain, roughly speaking. And you can see we can very quickly select all the parts of the mesh that we don't need.
That's cool.
Right? Very cool. By the way, if control plus doesn't work for you because you're on a laptop or something else, select more, less.
But control
you can
minus
also
does
do it
not
here.
go in the adverse
Anyways,
way.
to hide this part of the mesh, it's H. H for hide. So when you're in this state, it looks as though it's been deleted.
You just said so many things, my brain. Whoa, okay. I gotta process all of that. Wait up. Hold up. Okay. Woo! Alright. I am fading hard fast. Okay. He said, H, hide, mesh, control plus is to select more mesh, moesh, and what else did he say? Snapping, that's right. Turn on snapping. Specifically face project. Oh, maybe that's why it's not working, because I had that turned off. It's probably a simple reason. It usually is. Let's try that. Oh, that's so much. No, it's not. Oh well. Can I control Z enough to go back? Back. Is it control G? Oh, it is control shift Z. Yes. For redo. Turn on snapping. To what is it? To snap to nearest, or snap target for individual elements. Okay. Whew. Snap target for individual elements. Probably gonna have to watch this a few more times. Guys, I literally was watching the last of the Olympics right before this. My brain is melting. Woo! The Olympics are gonna start. They're gonna end today. I'm sad. I love the Olympics. They make me happy. Pinnacle of human achievement is ending. Sad face. We have to wait until 2028. But they're coming here in LA. So hyped for that. For us dumb Americans to sponsor everything. Can't wait. All right, go on.
Delete it. It's very... Sometimes you don't know where part of your mesh, and then you forgot that you've got hide turned on. If parts of your mesh are hidden and you want to bring it back, it's Alt-H. So H to hide and then Alt-H to bring it back. Or if you can't remember it for whatever reason, you can also find it Okay, it's underneath mesh. There we go. Mesh. Reveal hidden or hide selected. Okay, so that's the other way. But you can get my keyboard shortcut. It's in the link. It's free. Just use that and then you won't forget a lot of these handy shortcuts. All right, so now finally, after all that, after 4 different ways and problems to explain, we can now take part of this mesh and drag it down, and it will work correctly. Ha.
No, it doesn't work for me, but it's okay. I might just restart this whole process another time. I won't make you watch me do it all over again, but it's not quite working exactly how I need it to work. Maybe if I press solidify and I make it a little bit thicker. Let's like try. No, it's at 1. It's at 1. Oh, he's got 0.025. Oh, that helped a little bit. That was almost it. Pretty close, pretty close. Even thickness? Hey guys. I don't know what this does. Oh. Fill. Oh, it like rounds it out. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. I'm figuring out the hacks to the system. I'm figuring it out. I'm still gonna keep pressing buttons that I'm not used to. What is happening? It's eroding away! I don't know what that is. No, I want this. And I want it to go up. I want it to go into the mesh. Like, straight down, straight up, straight up. Alright, fine. That'll do. Okay. Oh, and I also want this influence to be a little bit thicker. I still can't tell if that's what I want or is just falling off. It's very finicky, but it's okay. Drippy donut. It is snapping, just all over the place. I want to go straight down. No. Good. Hold. Down. Something like that. Okay. That'll have to do for now. Holy moly. What did I do? No. Oh, my brain is melting. I can only look at this stuff for so long.
So now we just we get to now finally be an artist and go like, what sort of, edge or what sort of icing do I want to make this look like? So what I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm hitting G to pull it down, and then I'm just single middle click, and then because my cursor is closest to the Z-axis, it's now snapping it to the Z-axis. So that's why I mentioned before that it's really handy. You don't have to think of the letter and type it in. You just go in the general direction you want to go, and then just tap the middle click.
Hold on. I think I'm realizing what's going on here. Is it because I am editing this on the main surface with the modifiers on? Is it that? Because he's clearly editing like the mesh itself, and I want to turn this off. What is collection? I didn't ask for that. Go away. Can I disable? No. So many things don't make sense to my brain, but I'm also falling asleep slightly. No, that didn't do anything. Oh, everything's jumbling together. I'm gonna have to watch this again another time. Forget it. I got 7 minutes. Let's just knock it out.
Of the, which is your scroll wheel.
We're not
right?
making it to the next lesson.
Middle click. Sorry. It's such a weird button that you have to call it out. It's the scroll wheel button. Because it's like no other application seems to use it besides scrolling. But Blender is like, no, we're going to use it for like 90% of the operations is going to be middle click. But anyways, as you can see, I'm not paying particularly too much attention to it, but I'm just making a wavy looking shape around it. You might also want to make some bits that go the opposite direction, right? And then maybe pull, so you've got like big shapes as well as medium shapes and some small shapes. Big, medium, small. It's the recipe for appealing design. Big, medium, and small details. Mm-hmm. But I digress. By the way, I should mention, if you're stuck, don't feel bad, because there was certainly a lot of finickiness going on with this donut here, and we're definitely in the steep part of that curve at the moment. Do make use of my Discord if you are stuck. I created it literally so that people could get instantaneous help. I don't have any other benefit for it, so it's there so that you can find help. Link is in the description. And there's like donut help chat room where you can post screenshots of your problem and then people can help each other out. So do make use of that. Now, our shading issue here, this darkened edge, is actually going to fix itself by fixing another issue. So it's a two birds, one solution kind of problem. This 90-degree edge here for this icing, not ideal. Everybody knows that a real icing would create like a rounded edge there, right? So we can fix that just by adding another subsurf modifier. Because you might remember I mentioned, like, yes, if you've got 3 vertices, it'll create like another vertex here and another vertex here, but it'll also like round it out. It'll pull this one back, so you end up with a rounded corner. So right here in your modifier stack, we're going to go add modifier, generate subdivision surface. Now, the order of these does matter. Okay, you want your solidifier at the top and the subdivision after it. So Blender works top to bottom, and it's important it's in this way because you want the extrusion to happen first, and then in order to round that edge, it has to happen as a secondary step.
Oh,
so
are you kidding me? That's why it's being wonky, because I had these in the wrong order. Oh, wow. Oh! I'm not doing all of that again, but that does help. Oh my god, go on.
Solidify on top, subdivision underneath. Now whilst we're here and we're looking at the close-up, nice little profile of this edge of this icing, another issue to call out, you can see it's got this this shape that goes around, yes, so far so good, but then it goes up, and it's like, it would be better if it went around and then tucked in and touched the edge of it, because that would look more like real liquid wood. So we can solve that by just changing one of the settings in the solidify modifier. It's not one of those things that you would figure out or know where it is. It's just over time you learn where some of these settings are. But essentially here, the edge data. So we want to change the edge data to say that before you do the solidify step, add a crease on the inner part right here. If we increase this all the way to 1, it now creates a sharpened edge just on that inner part there. So the rest of it is a smoothed edge, but the middle one, there's a crease, so it's making a sharp edge there. And it just gives it just a little bit more realism. Just looks a little bit closer to what you would imagine real icing would do.
I'm just too tired to do it.
Okay, now for the cool bit. All right. So if you look at reference donuts, right? Yes, you've got these little wavy bits, but where the icing is really liquidy, it'll often break off from this wave here, and it'll create a trail that goes down underneath the donut, right? It just sort of drips all the way down. Whoops, bumped the microphone. So we can do that. But not the way we were doing it before. If we just took one of these points and then like dragged it all the way down like that, there wouldn't be enough information there, right? You can see you just get this like stretched look, and it doesn't look great. Okay, so
hold on. I'm sorry. I know there's like 3 minutes left. I'm determined to get this right. I'm gonna start over. I feel like I can get it. I just wasn't quite all the way. What did I do? What did I do? Sure. Okay. How close can we get to his donut? I'm gonna try my darndest. Let's see if we can't get there. I wanna try. Donut? Shifty. Did I do it? There we go. There it is. Escape. And then I'm gonna rename this to Donut Picking. Now I want to go to my nulls and my normals, and I'm going to edit half of it off. Let's see how fast we can get through this. I'm remembering. Yeah. Oh no, I'm at faces. Yeah. Let's just make sure we got everything. Yep, we sure did. Goodbye. Latte. Cool. Working very quickly because I think I remember most of how to get there. Let's see. Okay. Get rid of this. We got the weird normals happening. I'm gonna hit solidify. And I'm remembering how we got to this problem because it automatically puts it on top. I see. Maybe he said it, but I did not hear it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. And we naturally already have snapping set up. So if I click one of these, it should. Don't help me, chat. I'm a big girl. I got my big girl panties on. Let's see if I can do it. Still not working. Okay. Is it because I have to add more subdivision surfaces? Maybe that's it. If I add more. Oh, and I also need to make it thicker. It's going the wrong way. There we go. That might help a little bit. Is it you? Hold on. Does he have 2 on there? 2 subdivisions? One before and one and after? I really would love to turn these off. I'm sure there's a setting to do that, but I can't see it. I would love to just troubleshoot and see what this looks like without this. I know there's a simple way to do that in Cinema 4D, but I'm going to stop comparing because this is a completely different software. It is bothering me though. How do I make it not do that? Okay, I see. The order of these is in here. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. If I hit apply, no, it will not let me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, what did I do? And Control Z does not work. That is weird. Okay, solidify. I want it to be, well, actually, maybe it's fine underneath. 0.025. 1. Okay, that looks about right. Now, if I hit the king of the forest, modifiers cannot be applied in edit mode. Oh! How about object mode? Apply. I'm not in edit mode. I'm not. Am I? No. Wait, I did it. Did I do it? Did I do it? I think I did it. Did I? That looks right to me. How about now? Oh my god, I did it. I think I did it. Did I do it? Yes! Oh my gosh. See that part right there? It took me a while, but the dopamine rush of getting there feels so good. Oh wow! Look at all these dots. What the heck did I even press to do that? Alt-Z gave me this view. That's nice. I like this. Let's look at this. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Tell me, are you snapping to the donut? Are you snapping to something else? Ah, that looks so much better. Yes! Now we can actually art. Yes! Oh, yes! I'm arting! I'm arting, chat. I'm arting. Oh, that feels so much better. That looks so much better. Okay, it just took a little finagling. That's all we needed to do. Alrighty. I can catch up, Blender Guru. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm not a quitter. Mama didn't raise no quitter. I don't know how to. I'm too stubborn and annoying to quit. That looks good. Let me get some smaller lumps in there. Yeah. Maybe a little lump. Yeah. Oh yeah, that feels good. Actually, no, I don't like that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that feels good. Oh yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now we're arting. Now we're donutting. Great. Okay. And it took only 45 minutes. Okay. Yeah. That looks good. That looks great. That's a donut. And I hit Alt-Z. Yeah. Oh no! I was too confident. Uh-oh. Time to go back. Alright. What did it happen? When did it happen? Alright, we're fine. We gotta recap. Okay. Alright. That's what I get for being too confident, too big for my britches. Alright. I would love a third view of this, so I can see what the heck I'm doing. I'm sure there is one, but for now, yeah. Alright, I'm paying attention now, just in case something awry happens. Ryan might happen again. Get out of here, Ryan. Okay, See? That part. We went too big. I see. Okay. We're still in the... Oh, nope. We hit too far. Okay, there's a limit. There's a limit. There's a limit. We're in the danger zone. We gotta stay out of that. Oh, no. Oh, this is what he was talking about when I wasn't paying attention. Bonk, 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 slap the hand. Okay, I see now. Okay, I'm going to try to remember before I watch. Let's see. We're in edit mode? Yes. I'm gonna put on some fun jazzy music so I can hopefully listen and talk myself through this. Here we go. Music. Alright. I believe in chat. Do you believe me? Let's see. I see what he was talking about now. I want my lines back. Alt-Z. Yeah. Okay. If I were the king of the forest, and I'm gonna click. No. Alt-click. Control plus. Yes. There we go. Hide. Ah! Yes. Now how do we get that back? Unhide with Alt-H. That's the wrong list. Oh no, what are you doing? Get out of here, help. I don't need help. I'm fine. I'm fine! Yes, okay. Great. Okay. I'm talking myself through this. Let's see. Give me all this. Yeah. We're good still. We're good still. Okay. Yeah. And we are not losing the mesh. Great. That's more like it. That's better. That's more better. That's a word. Just like conversate. Didn't used to be a word, but now it is because too many people thought it was a word. It's an English dictionary book word. Alright, that feels good. Alright. But it looks too perfect. I don't want a symmetrical perfect donut. I want a weird wonky fat one. Give me a thick boy. Artistic direction. Yes. Ooh, I like that double lump we're getting here. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah. Just a little bit uneven. Small and big. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm having fun, chat. Now that I know what I'm doing. Oh, yes. I'm also noticing some small little hiccups that happened because I didn't know what I was doing. So let's really quickly. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Give me those perfect squares back. There we go. Also move you just a smidge to their left. Yes. Where else? That looks good. Yeah. This is off. Yeah. All of a sudden, now that I'm awake and I have energy because I figured out how to do it, I am back in. I was fading because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but now I'm back in. Alright, and if I want to unhide it, should be back? Yeah! Alright. Cool. Yes. 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 Okay. I did it. Icing step complete. What was the rest of what he said? We gotta make this go over to the there we go. Okay. I see. Jam. I'm gonna shut up and let you listen to this jam real quick while I remember how to do this. Select file. Is it in here? Edge data. Yes. This is not doing anything. Can I reset this to the way it was? Reset to default? Oh, backspace does that. Okay. What did he do? She foretold.
You never see it coming. You see
Sorry,
that my mind
increasing
is
volume.
the best for eyes. You're not there. But the time it hit you, you're not surprised. Think you got your game planned out. Do it deep, get 'em 2 steps ahead, yeah. So, step into my way.
Oh,
stand out.
oh.
It's a trap.
Oh, no.
One more step, and you're dead.
Oh, it's like an in. I see. It's a literal extrude. Solidify is extrude. I see now.
It's not an accident, and no one hears you cry at your last dream seems to deserve. You'll never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for eyes. You're done there. But the time it hit you, you're not surprised. I'm
Just trying to get through this lesson because I think I know how to do it.
but you, my game's always the best of mine. You're smiling, but the that you didn't capture it in time.
Hey, let's go, Frog! She knows what's up. Let's go! Yes, Persona 5, absolutely.
Better think about your game. Are you sure your next move's the right one for you? Are you sure you won't get outmaneuvered again, my friend?
Here it comes.
You'll never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. I'm coming.
The edge dot. Just say that before you do this,
My game's always so best of mine. You're smiling, but the net you didn't catch it in time.
You're welcome, Chad. Woo! I needed that to wake up a little bit. I'm back. All right, what are you talking
from this
about?
wave here, and it'll create a trail
Yes,
that goes
thank you
down
for that, Chad.
underneath
Thank
the
you,
donut,
Frog.
right? It just sort of drips all the
I
way
actually
down.
have no
Oops,
idea what she's
off the
saying half the
microphone.
time. But
So-
we never see it coming.
We can do that, but not the way we were doing it before. If we just took one of these points and then like dragged it all the way down
hold
like
up.
that. Did you guys know that Blender
Oh, I
4.0
lost
had
my
a
place in the
chain?
video.
And I'm just going up. And it's like,
Okay, this part.
it'd be better if it went around and then tucked in and touched the edge of it, because that would look
Right.
more like real liquid would. So we can solve that by just changing one of the settings in the solidify modify. It's not one of those things that you would figure out or know where it is. It's just over time you learn where some of these settings are. But essentially here, the edge data. So we want to change the edge data to say that before you do the solidify step, add a crease on the inner part right here. If we increase this all the way to 1, it now creates a sharpened
Nothing's
edge
happening.
just on that inner part there. So the rest of it is a smooth.
Herky jerky. This is all live. This is working. But this is not. Oh dear. Why is Control Z not working? That is a problem if we don't have that working. I need that. I rely on that a little too much. Oh, way too small. What do you have? You have it just cut off? You're kidding me. Come on now.
It's a inner.
What is it? 0.025. Okay. Yeah, I have that. And then 1. Oh no. Okay, so what's going on here? This is not responding anymore. This is not working. Nothing is working. Why nothing work? why nothing worked. Ooh. Okay. Fine. For the sake of this, I'm going to add another subdivision because we love subdivisions. Oh yeah! I gotta unhide that. There we go. Zoom? Yes. I had to remember. Okay. Pan. And I can still edit most of this. Like, that is bothering me. I love that I can just nudge it a little bit. Cool. You never see it coming. There's a reason why I'm a dancer. Nobody needs to hear me sing. But I do want to take singing lessons. Very badly. Oh yeah. But I can't even compare to the beautiful singing of Persona 5's singing. I'm gonna add another subdivision, and maybe that'll help. Oh yeah, it's a little better to look at. About your game, are you sure your next move's the right one for you? I would love to see this. Can I see it? Maybe if I go to object. Yeah, there we go. Flat. Yeah. Oh, that's delicious. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Where on earth is it? Oh, it's here. Boom. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, look at that creamy, beautiful donut. Okay. One more. We'll leave it there. That looks good. Shade smooth again, baby. Yeah. Alright. For the sake of this, I think that's fine. That looks wonderful. Some lumpiness is happening there, but isn't that what donuts are supposed to be? Lumpy, right? They're supposed to be lumpy. But how lumpy is it? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Nathan, about your game. Are you sure the next move's the right one for you? Oh, I just realized we could also make the inside weird and lumpy. I could do that real quick and hopefully not disrupt everything. Oh! No! Not that. Good. Oh, I see. Okay, this is a very different problem. I want to turn these off! How can I? It won't let me. Alright, so... Oh, God. No. No. Yeah. Shift, apparently. No, Z. Holding Z does that. Z gives me the render menu. And Alt Z gives me lines. I should write that down. No. Alt Z wireframe? Does it give me this? No. This is, hold on. Toggle? No. Ah, it toggles the X-ray. I see. Where did we put that? Turn on X-ray. Yeah. Ooh, guys, it's a pizza night. I kind of want some. I'm getting hungers. It's the last day of the Olympics. I gotta watch. And I gotta eat. Seems Alt Z for Z. Shout out if you're craving pizza like me. My body sure doesn't like cheese, but I'm kind of like, I don't care right now. I'm a vegan, and yet I cheat. Okay. What are we doing? I want to Alt click this. No. I was holding the wrong button. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. Control plus. And then I hide. Yeah. Alright. And then I can get in here. Oh, I see. Oh, it moved everything. I don't want. No. Okay, fine. I guess I gotta go all the way back. Alright. Control. No. 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 I was holding the wrong button. Plus. Cool. I didn't mean to do that. Hook. Nope. Captain Hook. It's Alt. Hide. It's H. There we go. Okay. Get me in here. Get me in this donut hole. Into the black void. This looks like a black hole now. Okay. Good. Yeah. And I want to subtly just move everything a little bit down. How's that? it's a little off, but it's okay. It won't break everything. That should be fine. Just this inside is a little too symmetrical for me. This lesson is going much longer than I had intended. I am getting sleepy, but I want to finish this. And I want to do it right. I want to do it well. This is fun, though, now that I'm getting the hang of this. I'm kind of figuring out the signs. I'm getting the puzzle. And this is a very good tutorial, by the way. This man needs to make more tutorials because I need more software to learn, and I want to learn them from a... What is that? Something happened there. I want to learn more tutorials from more fun teachers. I like learning, but I don't like learning from boring teachers. Make it fun, guys. Please. Make it fun. I don't care how much information you have. You could be the most intelligent, you could have the most intelligent PhD in the world, but if you can't convey it in an interesting way, I'm out. I'm gonna fall asleep in your class. This major doesn't care. Okay. That looks good. Yeah. A very imperfect donut. Alright, and then I put my stuff back. Unhide. Cool. Alright. That looks wrong. Real quick. Yeah. And yeah. And yeah. Just to make sure that topology stays as clean as possible, because it will look much better later. I do like I can move that anywhere I want without having my mouse right directly over it. That helps so much. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah. Okay. And I will also move all of these over. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. There we go. That helps. I think that's good. Yeah, that'll do. As long as we got squares for the most part, we're good. Oop, I didn't mean to hide that. Nope. Nope, wrong button. Here we go. Yay, okay. And now, wait. I'm a perfectionist in training. Training. Yeah. 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 Why are there fireworks happening? And why did it move way over there? Is people getting excited for the last day of the Olympics? Apparently fireworks have to happen on the last day. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? I click. You stay. Don't move. Thank you. Stop it! Okay, fine. I will get in here and move it myself. I see, because my mouse was over there. That's weird. Alright. Perfectionisticness is happening. I'm gonna walk away. That looks better. Alt-Z. Yay. And I'm going to go back to edit object mode. Shade smooth. Yay. Oh yeah. That looks delicious. I want to eat that right now. Where were we? We're almost done. 5 more minutes. Less than that.
Say that before you do the solidify step, add a crease on the inner part right here. If we increase this all the way to 1, it now creates a sharpened edge just on that inner part there. So the rest of it is a smoothed edge, but the middle one, there's a crease, so it's making a sharp edge there. And it just gives it just a little bit more realism. Just looks a little bit closer to what you would imagine real icing would do. Okay, now for the cool bit. All right.
Yes.
So
Right,
if you look
I'm
at reference
here.
of donuts,
We caught
right?
up.
Yes, you've
We're
got
ready.
these little wavy bits, but where the icing is really liquidy, it'll often break off from this wave here, and it'll create a trail that goes down underneath the donut, right? It just sort of drips all the way down. Whoops, bumped the microphone. So we can do that, but not the way we were doing it before. If we just took one of these points and then like dragged it all the way down like that, there wouldn't be enough information there, right? You can see you just get this like stretched look, and it doesn't look great, okay? So essentially we need to give it more information, and we couldn't just do it by like adding more and more subdivision surfaces. We need to actually like break this shape here and create a new shape that goes down. So we need to extrude. So if I select this vertice and then the one next to it by holding down Shift, I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, if you want to select 2 things at once, it's Shift, Select.
I already figured that out because
Anyways,
I'm a smart cookie.
so if we select 2 vertices like that, we want to extrude it downward by hitting E. So when you tap E, it's similar to G, in
Ah!
that you're in a placement state now, saying where do you want to place this?
And it's still
So
stuck
I'm
to
going
the
to move it down to
yay!
like about there where I want the trail to stop, and I'm just going to do click, left click, and it's now placed it there. Now, it's hard to see it,
Cool.
but if I just switch to wireframe, you can see what it's doing. So it's created this breakaway shape here, an entirely new face
Penny's big breakaway?
that's completely separate to what we've got there currently.
Hold up. How did you turn that off? I want to see. I want to do that. I can't turn off the subdivision. I would love to be able to toggle it, but I can't do that. Or at least if I can, I don't know how. Show me! Oh. Wait, that got rid of it completely. No! Ah, crud. Give it back. Alright. So wait, what did I do? I X'd? X gets rid of it? That sucks. No, I don't want that. I just want to hide it. Ah, you're kidding me. Ah, criminy. Okay, fine. Give me this big old boy right here, right in the middle. Yeah. Boom, baby. Yeah, and I want this to. Yeah. No. No. How many timeouts does it take to get to the end of a basketball game? How many pauses does it take for Crystal to get to the end of this lesson? Oh my god. Gee, there we go, there we go, there we go. Yeah, nice and soft. Yeah. Is there a button in here? Oh yeah, Alt-G, Alt-Z. Uh-huh, there we go. Ah, there we go, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Yay. Just a subtle little nudge of round liquidy goodness. Yes. Ah, thank you.
And what this means is if we go to object mode, you can see it's not just like continuing this form here, it's pulled it down, right? Which is exactly what we want. And in fact, I want it to go even further than that. So I'm going to select those two vertices, and I'm going to pull it down again, and then I'll do it again. And the reason I've done this 1, 2, 3 is that this detail here is important so that it conforms to the shape of the donut. Because if there's not enough, you're going to have that clipping issue that I showed you earlier. So that's pretty good. And now we're going to do it again. Originally in my earlier versions of the donut, I only did like one of these. But then I noticed that in the render, the final render, it's often the most interesting part of the donut. Mm-hmm. So now I'm thinking, yeah, just do it all the way around the donut. Just add the bit that looks cool. Add more of that.
Yummy.
So here, so wherever there's essentially like a big dip is what I'm looking for. Like where the liquid would sort of build up and then like the surface tension there would be just too much and then it would break away. And it would go down.
Cool.
Down underneath like that.
Yes.
And we'll do another one here. Why not?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like that, and down, and down. And that's pretty good. Haha. Lovely. So, that
That's so
concludes,
cool.
finally,
And it even drips like it.
this heavy part of the tutorial. So, if you are ready to watch the next part, I hope you're not giving up. You can click there on the
I haven't
screen and
given
I'll
up.
see you there. Make sure you hit subscribe as well if you haven't. A large number of you don't. But if you want to see more Blender tutorials, that's what you need to do. Self-promotion right there. Thanks, guys. See you in the next part.
Don't guilt trip me, dude. I know I gotta subscribe to you, and I also have to do a lot of things. If I want to ask people to subscribe to me, I can't possibly do that. I don't ever ask for subscriptions, at least not unless I feel like I deserve them, and right now I don't. Oh, God. We made it to the end of the first lesson that I haven't seen yet. Ooh. Do you want to hear last surprise again? Okay. I'm going to do a few more drip drops, and then I'll call it. I just want to get to the level he was at because he did that very quickly. I don't think we're going to keep going, but I want to get a little further, so bear with me. We'll just rock out for a second.
Think again, don't you know what you're starting? You sure we got the clue how bad this we go?
Don't you?
Don't you know no more art? And as you look to the
Indeed, yay, indeed.
Seems like it crept up out of nowhere. All around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see the
love how easy this is. I am in love with this part of the lesson so far. So,
Step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one step,
and you're there, and you're there.
why just a bit to say goodnight, go in the sky, but now lightning like your last reason. It's not an accident that no one hears you cry at your last dream, seems you deserve. You'll never see it coming. You see that my mind is confessed for eyes. You're done. But the time it takes you, you're not surprised. I'm coming. But you, my game's always the best.
Am I live on Twitch? No, I am not. Good question, though. I think I am at this point no longer doing Twitch because I wasn't really growing there, and I would like to have some more people to join you. So, no, I think I am leaving Twitch. At least, unless I have a lot of people that are jumping over, no. Good question, though. Because I know I still have stuff that looks relevant, and I could probably add to it. But no, I do not think I will stay on Twitch, at least for this time. Good question. I wanted to make Twitch work. I've been doing Twitch for 2 years, but nobody was there. So I hope that things will be better here. I'm just having fun making donut drips. But I guess while I'm doing this, I could also mention to the lovelies that are here, thank you for joining me! I'm probably going to end momentarily because I wanted to just have enough steam to get to the end of this lesson. But I think I will re-mention some of the stuff that I was mentioning earlier at the beginning of the stream if you did not come, which is, you know, no problem. But I am now streaming at 3 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock because A, I get to stream for longer periods of time because I'm more fresh in the day, and usually if I streamed later, my back would start hating me. And my children, their time limit for hunger is usually like 5 o'clock. So that's when they're ready to eat dinner, and I don't want to, you know, stop streaming just because they're hungry, but it kind of breaks up the flow, and I would rather just stream in a full session and then we feed them right after. So, but what I was going to say to those that are here, and I appreciate you so much, I will say this briefly, 2 things. Number 1, I am so incredibly grateful to every single person on this place, on this page. If you are here in some form or fashion, you found me along the way. If you enjoyed my art in the past, thank you! I enjoyed my art, and I miss doing art, and I don't want to say that it's gone forever, but it is definitely going to probably take a backseat, because there are more things I would like to be able to offer you, such as, me being a self-learner, I want to learn a lot of things, and I want to learn a lot of softwares, and I want to be able to just create, unquestioning what software to use. I just want to be able to know as much as I can. And I want to be a sponge. So basically, whatever I am currently learning, you by proxy can learn with me if you so choose to, if you are interested. So all of that to say, I was in the back of my mind debating if I make it work here with the wonderful people that I met on this channel, but also don't want to confuse people because a lot of the work that I did is not necessarily the current work that I am doing now. And I think that has led me to the answer that I am most likely going to make a new YouTube channel, and possibly in the near future, a 10-year anniversary for this channel, because it is officially 10 years old. I started making this in 2014 when I was 14. Well, actually, hold on. If it's been 10 years, I started making stuff when I was 16. I had to do math. I am 26. Ha! My age has been revealed. Ew. But yes, hopefully in the not far future, but like near the end of this year-ish, I would like to be able to launch that YouTube channel. But that's not to say that this channel is dead. I am not saying that I am done with this channel. It's just probably not going to be where all of my time is dedicated, because I want to work towards something greater. Yours truly wants to be more than just a YouTuber. This is not where our journey ends. I will always say that I've never wanted to abandon this channel, and it is not being abandoned. It is just being something in the background that will hopefully be a complement piece to everything else I want to be. Yes, I am 26! Oh my gosh! Age reveal! So, in addition to the speed paints that I have on this channel, I would like to hopefully be able to be a self-learner on the other channel, where I can possibly do challenges like this, where I'm trying to challenge myself to learn Blender, or at least finish making donuts in Blender Guru's tutorial in 1 week. And that'll be a whole video process where, did I succeed with the challenge or not? We'll find out. 7 consecutive streams being this being the first one. And then, so let's see, because I wrote them down, I would like to do software challenges. Those software challenges including Blender, ZBrush, Maya, Substance Painter, and Houdini. Haha. Lots of software I want to learn at some point. I want to also be able to show you some of the anatomy that I've been working on, because I love learning anatomy. Unfortunately, I don't really have any footage of the torso and the arms when I was learning them, because I wasn't streaming at the time. I do have those lessons finished in the Discord if you want to jump in and go see. But up until that point, I basically wasn't streaming any of the anatomy at all, because I was in a funk of sorts. Various funks. And I'm still kind of coming out of that funk and relearning how to draw all over again. But point is, I have footage of basically the legs down. I am currently working on the quads, and I've covered the leg bones, I have covered the feet, and now I'm on the quads, and those streams are on my old VOD channel. Again, if you scroll down, you can see the Crystal Archives page. So many things that just haven't been touched in a while, and I want to be able to bring back to the surface. I'm gonna make one more dribble on this donut, and then I'm gonna call it. But, oh god, here comes my son. Can you hear him? What'd you say? What'd you say, you brat? Here he comes. Alright, well, anyway, while he's making his grand entrance, because he always has to make his announcement. So yes, I guess things to come being more, hopefully, speed paints, but not being the primary focus of this channel. And also let me find a good view of this donut so we can actually see what we've done so far. Where's my camera? There it is. What happened to it? Huh. That doesn't look right. Let's see. Does it look like that? Ew, it does. Ew. Pepper and Mochi! Indeed. Everybody calls him Peppers, because that's my last name. But no, it's just Pepper without the S. I did not name him. People think there's a misconception between me naming him and my last name. It is not because of that. My mom named him. 1 second. I can't do this while I talk. View. Camera to view. I want to zoom in. Okay, that's just the dots we're looking at, because we're in edit mode. If I go back to object mode, there we go. That looks better. Cool, cool. And I'm gonna... that looks good, so we can still see some of the stuff on the inside. We need another bounce light to see the back of this, but... Well, actually, I think we can make that happen. Oh, Mochi, you kicked me! Oh! That was a violent stretch, baby girl. Alright. Actually, do you want to see the Mochi? She's been under my feet this whole time. I showed her earlier, but you were probably washing dishes at the time, Frog. I am happy to show her because I got a cat mom at least once per stream. Mochi! What'd you say? Did you hear her? Flashlight. Oh, I'm sorry. Bright light in my face. Oh. There's the Momo. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, floppy Mochi, baby girl. There's a boy at the door. Can you see his shadow? He's sitting at the door, but you can't see him. Pepper! Pep! Are you being a piece of bread over there? Can you see him, chat? No. I'll get up and show you in a second. Bright baby girl, here comes Mochi. Ooh, bright light. There she is. Oh, good stretch, my sea otter baby. Oh. There's a Mochi. Hi, honey. She likes to eat my feet. Oh, wait. Is he coming? Nope, he's leaving. Never mind. All right, bye, honey. Yay. Yeah, mom's got a cat mom at least once. Let me look at this light real quick. Can I? Where's my light? Ah, there it is. I want another light. Shifty, and I move it back here. Oh, and I wanna, oh, friendo sent me Linku. I want this over here. Yeah, there we go, so we can see some of the back. And that intensity is a little bright. Where is my light? 2. We'll call this, oh, I forget the technical term of what they're called. I'm gonna just call it, there's a specific term that they are, and I don't remember what it is, but who cares. The booty light. I want this light to be a little less bright. How would I do that? Oh wait, Jim. Hang on. It's layer cake time. Where are my lights? These are tools. That's not how you spell light. That's not how you spell light either. Physics. I can't wait to find out what about that. Viewport display, custom properties? No. Oh, maybe F9? No. F9 doesn't do it. It doesn't work! Item. That's the direction, that's the tool, that's the workspace. Transform. Shucks! How do I make it less bright? Oh! I see. I think that's doing it. Yes, it is. Let's make it 500. Oh, wait, that's even better. Go to my camera so we can see. Ah, yeah, that's not in the right place. We want this over here. There we go. Now I can see my donut. It's quite shiny. The difference being, if I didn't have anything there, it wouldn't be visible at all. Very cool, very cool, very cool. And if I hit render, F12, look at that donut! There's a donut! I made a donut! Oh, I made a donut. And you know what? I also just realized that it needs some inner drippings. That sounds really bad. Oh dear. Anyway, I think I will end the stream here. But I'm gonna hit save. And I'm gonna also export my donut, F12 one more time. What do we call it, chat? What do I save this as? Save as, I'm gonna call this a mochi donut. Donut. In the same place. And part 2. Save! Yay! Okay. Okay, friends. I think I will end the stream here, but briefly, just to recount some of the things that I said before. New channel, hopefully coming soon. Details on that to be continued when I have actual information on there and you can actually see what it is. I don't know what the heck I'm going to call it. Probably the same thing. I don't want to call this, I don't know. It feels weird to call it anything else. Crystal K. I don't know. Spicy donuts. Pepper mochi. Pepper donut? Not as much of a fan. Mochi donut. Yeah, so I guess this channel is not going anywhere. Everything here will stay exactly the same as it is. And I don't happen to have immediate plans to add to it, but hopefully in the future. But in the meantime, I am currently looking to find out where all the self-learners live. I want to find them, because those are the people that I am hoping to make more videos for in the future. Not to say that there is no more art, but there will be a little bit less art. Conventions and things I hope to get back to. I would love to do more sketches. Oh! I showed some sketches earlier, but we don't need to see those again. You can just go back in the VOD earlier and watch them after I finish this stream. But anyway, if there is no other thoughts that I want to get off my chest, I would love to hopefully have a 10-year anniversary video sometime before this end of this year, depicting all of the journeys and possibly some behind the scenes of the art, the stories behind the art, because this channel has done a lot for me and it means a lot to me. And hopefully, more things to come in the future. So, hiatus, not over yet, but hopefully ending soon. As well as a massive rebrand with a lot of ideas and a lot of things. Anatomy videos and software challenges, things like that I think are coming in the future. And then, I guess, is there nothing else to say? I don't think so, except for the fact that thank you for joining me today. More streams for Blender, perhaps, but I don't want to do it all in one, you know, that's going to be a lot of Blender in a row. I think we'll take breaks. So just to kind of break it up, maybe we'll get back to the quads lesson next week. I think we could possibly do more quads. In fact, actually, I was going to post that today because I haven't even seen where we left off. So let me find it real quick. I believe... Oh, we just found the end tag for the first game. Where, oh where? Yes, anatomy! Yay for anatomy! We love anatomy! So yeah, basically every time I do anatomy streams, I will stream the Proco video that I'm learning, and it is not just the YouTube video that he offers for free, but the full premium video, because I bought the course. Hi, sir. Do you want to say hi? What do you have to say? You just gonna sit over there and yell at me? That's rude. Don't just yell at your mother. I know. Do you want to see Pep? They're both here now. Oh. No! You do not touch my flowers, you jerk! Those are special! Get your crappy paws off of these. These are not for you to touch. You can look at them and smell them, but you cannot have them. Lots of wonderful parents gave me those. They are not for your paws. Don't touch that. Here he is. Here's my brat of a son. Ugh. Where are you going? Do you want to go? Ow! If you're gonna jump, go ahead already. Get off me. This hurts. Your butt stinks. I'd really rather not smell it. There he is. Bye, bud. Please don't touch my flowers. I will kill you. I will actually kill you. Don't you dare. Pep, come here. Meow. What? Hi, Bubba. This is very epic music for Pepper to be singing. You can love and nuzzle my face, but don't touch my flowers. Thank you, Bubba. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Anyway, there he is. He wants to eat Mom's flowers so bad. You better not. You better think twice. I was looking for anatomy stuff. Right. Well, actually, I guess that's for next time. I could show you next time, or I could show you now. Depends on how fast it takes me to find these files, because I forget where I save things. Commissions? No. No! No! Stop. Sorry for the volume, chat. I'm sorry, my son is a brat. That's what he does. Don't you dare. Don't even think about it. Well, this is exactly the reason why I had to start my streams earlier, because of these shenanigans. Do you see what happens? He's getting hangry. In fact, really quick. No. No. Stop being a brat. Pepper, stop catting. Don't be a cat. He's gonna keep exploring. Alright. Meanwhile, I was looking for art classes. There it is. Anatomy. Proco. Found it. We're at the Muscles, and we finished the skeleton. He truly is. He's really good at bratting. I don't know why it's not showing up for you guys. There's supposed to be something where that body is. I'm gonna try one more time. Maybe now. It'll come. It's loading. Quads. Yes. There we are. Yay! Okay, I don't know why there's no pepper cam today, but
lucky you, you can't see him. You're not missing out on much. Can I make it a little bit smaller? One sec. Maybe that's good. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, camera doesn't want to work right now. I don't know why. But he's being chill right now, so you're not missing anything. But look! We have anatomy. Oh, and this just completely died. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully, I'm glad you love Brady Pepper. He needs to have somebody else to love because everybody else in this house is annoyed by him. I love him unconditionally because he is my son. But like him? That's another word entirely. I don't know. I have to think about it sometimes. We got to this, and I feel really good about it. What is this? Yeah, more quads. This feels pretty good. So yeah, basically quads on deck for next week, and possibly the Poco video that comes with it. But until next time, guys, I love you very much for all the love that you've given me up until this point, and thank you for the lovelies that I had to say goodbye to on Tuesday. You know who you are. Mwah. If you're in the chat, thank you. And, as always, my friends, PLD, keep playing, keep loving, and keep dreaming. Thank you. Oh, and last thing, Frog, I was going to say, if you also love anatomy, please let me know. Write down some parts of the body that you want to talk about, because I am more than happy to just show you those Proco videos that we can fully analyze together. If there's a section of the body you're like going, what the heck does any of this mean? We can talk about it. And if I've covered it up until this point, I've covered basically everything besides the hamstrings, calves, and the feet. I've covered the bones of the foot, but not the skin and the stuff on top. But everything else, pretty much. So let me know if there's certain parts of the body that you want to go over, and we can talk about it next week. All right? This is where we can answer all of those confusing questions together. Alrighty? So other than that, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for joining me this lovely evening, and I hope to see you next week. Take care, everybody. Mwah! And I will press start next time, just like today. Alrighty.